What's up, Internet? My name is Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is Astral Dusk, episode 21. Welcome
We should
in.
have bevs. This is ridiculous.
We should have bevs.
We're 21.
We're Oh, fuck.
I mean,
There's
I have
whiskey
liquor.
behind
Hand it
you.
over.
Yeah, pass it around.
Let's all do a shot
Everyone
as
take
we
a
introduce
swig.
ourselves.
All right, here we go.
Oh, you're gonna
Do you
give us
want-
the shit?
Do we want whiskey? Do we want tequila? Or do we want vodka?
I mean, I feel like
Disgusting.
tequila is the
Tequila.
shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Disgusting. Absolutely unhinged. Is that gin as well? No.
Yeah, we have aviation gin.
Disgusting.
We have
This
vodka
is-
upstairs.
This is
All
the
right.
best day of my life.
Welcome into episode 21 of Astral
Are
Dusk.
we doing this?
We're adults!
This is the best day of my life. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's
Have
so
you
rare
never done a
that...
shot before?
No, it's just so rare that a bit of mine gets yes-anded.
Oh.
Not on this show. We yes and here. This is
Yes, and.
This is 1800 tequila. I really think this Blanco, this is not a sponsor, but this is a really good tequila, in my opinion, that doesn't break the bank. So if you're looking for something at a decent price range, and you like Blancos, if you like a Reposado, I can recommend something else on Twitter, ask me. But the 1800 Blanco, very good. Not a sponsor, important. It's just a drink that I think is well made. Cheers, my name is Nerdy, and I am the Dungeon Master.
Is that how we're
And
out of the bottle? Is that how we're
demonetized.
introducing?
Damn,
Is
dude,
that actually?
that was like 3 shots.
Is that
Big mouth.
actually? Is that actually the demonetized? You take a swig of alcohol? Right away?
No, we're good.
I don't know
Okay.
if you can drink
We haven't
alcohol
sworn.
on
Yeah, you
stream,
can.
so
We
Legally,
haven't
it's water.
sworn.
it's water.
No, we're an adult show that's not for
No,
kids.
this is
You can drink.
Blanco. What's up? I'm Rob Rossi Music. I'm playing Cal. Let's do
This is
it.
gonna keep it nice and small.
Oh god.
Damn, you guys can't set the precedent of doing that.
It's fine. You'll go after me, and I will take a sip.
Hell yeah.
It's really nice. Actually.
It's a really
That's-
good tequila. I
that's
really like the
really
1800
nice.
a lot.
I'm the Brian Kling. I played Bam.
Hopefully, none of us have COVID.
Why would you put that up?
Really nice
It's a
tequila.
nice Blanco.
I work from
know,
home.
right?
I don't leave my house.
That's
You're good.
fair.
Like
Fair.
punch in the face like most tequilas do.
No, it's
Here we go.
Oh though. I feel like
Okay. Oh god.
I can't wait for Brandon to turn this into a clip. Because I just
I
chugged the
hate it
tequila.
here.
No, because
I hate
I
it
was a New
here.
York bartender for 10 years.
Yeah,
No,
you're used to it.
no, I can drink moonshine
Disgusting.
straight. It doesn't do anything to me anymore.
What's up, Internet? I'm Clarus Polaris, and I'm playing Harvest, who's a blood hunter, a ladrin, and she doesn't really know where she's from. She's very extensive backstory. So she woke up about 47 years ago, and
I think Clarus is
doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Fuck it.
Just do a tiniest sip.
Yeah, it's fine.
You got this.
Nice, dude.
He nailed it.
roll
You nailed
that
it.
Constitution
Do you want
check.
to throw it up in here?
Don't throw up and then trip into your own
That's funny.
vomit.
That's almost what happened to Cal.
Yeah.
That is what happened to Ben.
That is what happened to Ben. Yeah.
Hello, beautiful, wonderful souls. I hazard. My name is Robin. Captain Quill.
Souls.
Yes, I say people normally, don't I?
Yeah.
Maybe we're talking about Dark Souls, so maybe that was what
Yeah,
got in
maybe
yours.
so.
No, that was.
I do souls. I say beautiful souls, but it's not in my script of the intro.
Like Jesse
anyway.
McCarthy, Beautiful Soul. Or?
Yeah, exactly like Jesse McCarthy, beautiful souls. Yeah. Actually, that's exactly what I was inspired by.
One more time. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hello, beautiful, wonderful souls.
Love you.
My name is Robin, Captain Quill on all things. I am playing Teller of the Astral Dusk, now level 6, which is very exciting.
Hell yeah, level 6.
This is literally
Okay.
the fastest introduction round
Damn,
that we've
that was-
ever done.
It's really
Wow,
good,
that's
right?
really clean, actually. That's
I
insane.
like how all of us are like, "This is great," and you're just like, "Fuck this
I'm not.
shit."
I wasn't saying that to be facetious. I really like it. You know, I've
Did we all-
had a lot of tequila in my
Just
life.
almost slam half the
Jesus
bottle
Christ.
together. I guess it goes
It
wider
goes
at
wide.
the bottom. Okay,
It goes
yeah.
wide.
We this might be an unhinged episode.
We had a drink.
The thing is that I don't like we're like in a peaceful ogre village now. I don't know how much combat we'll do, so I think that
This
the
is chill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we're just living.
We just had some brew.
yeah.
Oh.
Today is mostly, not to go on to the previously on, today is mostly talking about our next steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
got some shit to figure out.
I think.
But before we do that, we have to say that this podcast is brought to you By
Right.
Gamer Supps.
A great
Right.
chaser for shitty tequila.
I don't have my cup for this
You
episode.
cannot say that. You cannot like tequila, but that is good
That
I
is
just
tequila.
don't
That is
like alcohol.
Good. That's
No. Fair.
It all tastes like ass.
Fair.
Draw
But
Dusk.
1800 Blanco is
Hey.
real good.
Sure.
But Gamer
Sure.
Supps is a friend of our company.
And also, who says ass is
we
a
are
bad taste? Sorry.
affiliated with them. You can go there, get delicious bevies. My favorite right now is
Yeah.
Anime Girl Thigh.
Nice.
Which is actually orange creamsicle. It is Chef's Kiss delicious. If you watched the episode we filmed earlier today, that's what I was drinking. Clarence, what are you drinking right now?
This one, well, it's boring. This one's just the lemonade.
Is it called lemon?
Okay, we are okay. Let's all chill. We are currently doing an ad for them.
This one is raw meat.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But that's
Just
a really good
say
flavor.
the lemonade is. We're doing an ad. What are you doing?
Well, it tastes good. It's just a boring name. Like, the names are fun.
Okay, but make it sound like it tastes good then.
It's delicious. I don't know
Okay,
what
now
you want
say
from
lemonade
me.
like it tastes good.
Yeah, it's fucking lemonade.
There you
See,
go.
Was that
lemonade,
so
it's
hard?
delicious, and it's
She's
caffeine.
Oh my
Thinking
god,
about
I am
tequila.
divorcing you.
My
still
favorite
thinking
is the
about
avocado
She-
one. I really like that one. I don't know
The
what's the
avocado
fun
one's good.
one.
Oh, guacamole gamer
Guacamole
card,
gamer card,
9,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite
Very
one.
good.
Pear one.
Strawberry
Get
kiwi.
the pear one. I'm
Soda
Yeah.
pressed
That one is
pear.
Soda pressed
Soda
pear.
pressed.
Good
is
shit.
Delicious.
If you want 10% off your order there, go to the website and then use coupon code CLAROOS. That's CLAROOS. CLAROOS, Clarus.
Clarus.
Use it. Get 10%
Use
off. Get a cup. The waifu cups are really cool.
at that
And try
booty.
out that Anime Girl Thigh. It is
Nice.
tasty.
I don't know
I
why
maybe-
my brain
maybe
did this
I
when you
like
said
this one 'cause she doesn't have a brain,
CLAROOS.
so she's
I
modest.
heard the pins
Modest
of an old
anime girl.
phone. Ba, 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 ba,
Sure.
ba, ba, ba.
Sure.
A tactical vest and nothing
It's weird.
else.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
Charlie
safety.
Puth, calm down.
Fucking, I'm actually pitch perfect. I loved it. It's a bit where he
You are
talks about
Pitch
the
Perfect?
cell phone vibrator.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, it's in C or whatever. He's like,
Oh my god, I knew I recognized him from somewhere.
Charlie
Who?
Puth?
Are you Ben Platt?
No,
Pitch Perfect?
I didn't actually get cat. Oh, from Pitch
you
Perfect. Yeah.
play
No,
on
I'm Charlie
break.
Puth. I'm Pitch Perfect.
Charlie
Before I
Puth,
even
that's it.
turned 30.
Oh.
No. They cast 30-year-olds.
Yeah, because no one can sing it.
I could. I
I mean, no one under 22. Like,
Okay, we're gonna now play Dungeons and Dragons and not talk
not
musical theater.
musical theater.
We'll probably reference a musical theater.
Yeah, we're
Welcome
not.
to episode 21, y'all.
Oh, have you guys seen the cats that they're doing in New York? This like all queer broad, like
Oh,
all
the
queer
Jellicle
broad.
Ball?
Honestly,
I want to go.
Oh my god,
It looks
so
cool.
bad.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
It looks.
huge.
I
know nothing
fucking
about
love
it.
ballroom culture and like I want to go so bad.
It looks amazing.
I don't know if we're gonna do New
that
York
a
this year
Smuts?
though,
No, just
because we're in Boston
It's
in
only
July.
on
Yeah.
till end of July, I think. It's like now.
We could
till-
road
It
trip
looks really good.
all together
When the fuck would we do that?
for my birthday.
In August after the show closes?
Oh no!
Early birthday.
Early birthday.
I celebrate a whole month.
As we drive down, we record an episode in the car.
Oh, travel episode.
Oh, like legit podcast style. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone gets to hold a mic.
We have.
Do I have to Dungeon Master and drive?
Yes.
Oh my god! D&D.
No, the car.
D&D. Wait, this
This is good.
doing
Oh no.
Dungeons
Like-
and Dragons and driving.
Oh no.
D&D sessions on the road
Does
where
it count
I
as
have to
distracted
drive.
driving though?
Ooh.
That's-
I don't know if
Question.
it does. You're not looking at your phone.
You know what I would love to do is a Dungeons and Dragons game on a tour bus.
Like actually rent a bus and we're all like.
No,
yeah.
a party bus
Oh my god.
But tour buses
with
have
a
like a
pole
table.
on it.
Okay,
All right, let's play the game.
Wait,
Let's play the game. Let's
I want to
play-
add on to that idea one piece.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is,
One
I'm,
piece.
I'm calling
One
it right now.
piece.
This is the final yes
Okay.
and then we're playing
Finally, I
D&D.
said yes to the tour bus because we play one game in the tour bus and then one game at the destination chosen. So it's like you
So
actually
the
go.
audience there is super confused because they're like,
Yeah, no,
I feel like we
we
missed the
like
first half
rent
of this.
like
Yeah,
thematic or like cool
Yeah,
places
yeah.
that people need to go see, and then you play
my
one game
God.
in there and one game on the
A
tour.
my
road
God.
trip campaign.
Come on.
my
We stop at
God.
motels and you play in the
That's
motel
what I
and then you
mean.
go
But
to the
every-
next place.
Or like
Kinda
seeing
in
the
between
game.
every
really
episode-
got
cool,
it.
right?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
between every episode, we got to do the Muppets Moving Right Along song.
Moving right along.
And then demonetized right away. Never.
That's fair.
Copyright.
I just like
We'll
to point out
parody
that
it.
none of this derailing had anything
What
to
does
do
it
with
do
me.
with me? Because every.
Brian,
Because
not
you're
everything's about you.
boring.
It's morning
Oh, fuck.
in a town of ogres. Astral Dusk have finally gotten a good night's sleep together for the first time in
Wow.
days.
Slept
I don't know.
together.
I woke up crying.
Yeah.
Sure, but the four of you were together for a long rest for the first time since Teller was kidnapped.
Fair.
Oh
And-
fuck.
Yeah.
It's been a harrowing few days
Yeah.
for you.
Been a minute.
It's been a month and a half for us in real life, but it's been about 30 hours total
Yes.
in game. And You all wake up as you roll over to see Harvest is defurring as the sun rises and she escapes her werewolf form to wake up once more human. Or elvish. Or whatever the fuck she is.
I am an Eladrin, okay?
The fuck
You
was
don't
that?
know what that is.
Human.
You've heard the word one time.
Yeah.
And
I've read it
And
in
I've
the
made
book.
it my whole personality.
oh, I've done that way too many times. And so yeah, you wake up in this
Penultimate.
circular room. You expected Becklin and Melis to be here. They both seem to have woken up before you, which makes sense. They went to bed long before the fire and the drinking. Caligaro puking and being washed in the river
I don't
by
know
Teller.
what you're talking about.
And so you wake up in this room, and without much ado, I would like to pass off to you. What would you like to do?
About nothing.
Well, plenty happened.
Why
let's be
are you
honest.
guys all looking at me?
You're the one crying. Are you okay?
You can't see shit. I'm asleep.
I thought you said
Okay.
you woke up. Are you still sleeping?
are
Oh,
we
you're
all-
asleep.
Are we all
Yeah.
sleeping in the same room?
Yeah, you all decided not to go find any rooms and just pass out
Great.
the front
Great.
room.
I'd
so
like to hear the audible sniffing and see where it's coming from.
roll a perception check for me.
Damn it.
Who's silent weeping in the
Lars, roll a
corner?
deception check.
So get this. I throw up
Nat
again.
20.
Hell yeah.
Natural one.
It is the most silent cry.
It's just like,
They could be cuddling you from behind and they would not know that you were crying. That is how good you are at it.
that's,
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
depression.
That's really bad. Yeah, that's
dark,
And
man.
is that
the
level
emptiness
of
in my
like
soul.
awake where like you are awake but you don't want to be, so you're like closing your eyes and like wishing and hoping you'll fall back asleep?
Yeah.
Because I believe I have a point of exhaustion which is gone now.
Yeah.
Everyone's exhaustion is
Yeah.
gone. We're all
But
God.
I'm gonna roleplay that I had one,
So,
and so
thank
therefore
God.
want at least 12 hours of sleep tonight.
Fair.
like the most annoying person that goes to sleep drunk and wakes up completely great and no hangover at all. Cal's just like,
It's a beautiful day.
And then you remember that the woman that was trying to help you died in front of you
And then I was
9
like-
hours ago.
fuck.
I think you do wake up really excited. You remember that, but then you also realize that you are almost naked and your
Right.
clothes are all hung up next to you.
Try.
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck? Like all at once.
You also like there's still a little bit of vomit on like your lip. You
God damn it.
you
Yeah,
take
well-
a deep breath in through your nose and you're like, oh, I don't smell good.
when you
I need
taste
to go.
the thing, yeah. So I go.
Ew.
I'm actually gonna deal with that.
Good.
And what, good.
you fucking
I
better.
need to deal with myself. No, old-fashioned way, toothbrush and everything.
Oh,
Do you have a
good.
toothbrush?
Yeah.
Do you guys have toothbrushes?
I do.
Yeah.
What is your
I'm a
toothbrush
fucking
made out of?
Sylvanesti. Of course, I have a
Bamboo.
toothbrush.
I don't know. Is,
Is there bamboo in Kryn?
is
Why
dental
not?
health exist in this world? Has that been invented?
I feel like elves have like magic dental.
Well, I was gonna say that, or like some like beautiful
Wow.
carved
What
out
does
bone.
prestidigitation do?
It would clean your
Cleans
teeth.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would remove all the gunk. Honestly, prestidigitation is probably better than a
Going
water
to the
pick.
dentist. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and magic
You can just
thing.
like and just like fling the plaque off into the ether.
That's
so gross.
That's pretty disgusting.
Wow.
Honestly,
That
it is.
Hey, Red. we talked about it.
Right. go ahead.
Fine
I
with you
can't.
prestidigitating the shit off of your asshole, but I draw the line
Like
at
a
getting
plaque.
plaque off your teeth.
No.
Plaque should
No.
stay there.
Honestly, it
We
sounds.
shouldn't. We should. We're not making fun of safety tools.
We're
Safety
not.
tools
We
are
had a
important.
whole. We had a whole.
They're very
conversation.
important.
Yes. It was relevant.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Oh,
dismiss them. They're
God.
very important when you need them.
Yeah.
The whole thing is that you take like water specifically and you push it out, or it's like
No, prestidigitation makes
what?
it disappear into the ether.
Prestidigitation
Oh, you
is,
take
is
something that's
clean or soil like 5 foot's worth of stuff.
I think that what
damn.
prestidigitation does is it teleports it to the worst dimension,
yeah.
where it's all
New
just
York.
all the shit wizards have
Yeah.
prestidigitated away.
So wait,
When that dimension was created, it ruled, and now
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sucks.
Terrible.
It's New Jersey.
Can you-
It was great.
It was.
And then New York dumped all its trash there, and now it's New
can you
Jersey.
theoretically give yourself like a bomb ass facial and just be like, "Fwah."
Like,
What
I mean, you can
kind
come
of
on your own
facial?
face.
Fucking knew you was gonna say that.
Most men are capable
Yeah,
of
but
that.
then you can get rid of the cum by.
Not,
Okay, great.
not unless you can. You
That's
can't
why it
shoot
was
I don't know why you would get rid of it,
Yeah.
though. If you rub it in, it's a good
A little
moisturizer.
bit, yeah,
I don't
So-
believe that. I think that's a fucking myth.
All right, that's fine. You don't have to believe it. It's true. You also, doubt that the Earth is flat, but I know that the Earth is flat. So
That's
Oh
true.
my god.
now I'm crossing over. What
Book club.
Book club jokes.
Book club.
There you go.
It's
All right.
because Cal in
Yeah.
the book club, we had some issues because the character
The lead
in
character
the
in
book,
Way of Kings is Kaladin,
Tarnishing my name.
yeah.
and you're Calgaro. It's a lot.
We're
Yeah.
making fun of you on a book club, not just Dragonlance now.
And also, like,
Good.
the prelude
Nice.
character is Kalak.
And real life,
Yeah.
so this is a fucking hat
You
trick.
guys wake
The
up in
Holy
a fucking
Trinity.
house.
Wow.
Kaladin,
So-
Calgaro, fuck me, is brushing his teeth. What are you doing?
Crying because everyone's making fun of me on every possible platform. No, I'm.
That's right. On every platform, you can listen to us make fun of Rob on Spotify,
Apple
Apple
Podcasts.
Podcasts,
I'm not making
Google
fun of you.
Podcasts.
Last
YouTube.
week I said we had a homoerotic moment. That's
That's true.
positive, if anything.
That's true.
Yeah, but is there anything like more homoerotic than negging another man?
Damn, that's
I
true.
mean, I would hope so.
Men neg men more than gay men neg each other more than straight men neg women.
Yeah, I'm
you
like a
say
words
so.
of affirmation love language kind of guy. So
So this isn't working
this
for
is.
me.
I'm like, never mind.
breaking
Whoa. I just,
You wake up in a fucking
Teller
ogre house.
wakes up.
What are you doing?
Teller wakes up. Teller is fine. I succeeded pretty heavy on all my rolls.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you had a
Last night.
great
So,
day,
like,
yeah.
Teller
Must be
is
nice.
grand.
What's it
and
like?
then
You also didn't take much damage in the fight. Like, you are actually kind of.
I took loads of damage.
Oh,
in the
did you?
fight. I
Nearly
healed
died.
myself up, but I
Oh,
took
right,
huge.
right.
Yeah.
I washed your stuff.
which is now dry, I'm assuming.
Don't notice Harvest.
Nah, that
Da-
nat 20.
Damn shame for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Um,
secretive as fuck.
Not even a mouse.
No.
I think I'm gonna cook some food because you're asleep and we're a bit drunk. So I think Teller leaves and makes breakfast for the gang.
Are you gonna roll for eggs again?
Yeah,
I'll roll
please,
for eggs. Do you want me to roll for
please.
eggs?
Sure, yeah. You go out. You go out to that central like fire that was going the night before. And it is actually not going at the moment. It's out, and you
shit.
kind of see there's fires going in people's homes at this hour, and their chimneys are alight. But it's early enough that it doesn't seem like the town is in motion. They also stayed up much. You guys all went to bed, and these ogres partied all night in memory of Elda, the elder who passed away.
Elda the Elder.
And so you get the feeling that there might be some sore noggins coming out of these ogre homes.
I think Teller gets up and leaves the house to make breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
but then sees the shell of a burnt house.
Yeah.
And then is gonna go inside and just like look around.
As you enter back in, Ben sort of like wakes up.
No, he's
Not
talking about
this house.
Elda's
Oh.
house.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
this house.
Never mind.
you
I'm
want
that
sleeping.
burned down?
Do we too?
Nope. Nope.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Yeah.
Hold on to it. He'll be back.
Hold on to it. He'll be back.
Ugh. 13.
So close.
You find a metal box that has a lock on it. As you sift through some of the ashes, the interior of the house is much worse than the exterior. Almost all of
Yeah.
this because Elda's house, and you saw this, was ingredients, and there were already two fires kind of going,
Yeah.
and there were like hanging bits of herbs and leaves,
Lots
and
of flammables.
Lots of flammables. And all of that kind of stuff burnt up.
Yeah.
The thatched roof is completely collapsed in. And so you find there
There was
is...
all murals as well, like all over the walls, right?
I know those were the... on the outside, there had been these kind of thatched... I think the word's macrame, but I might be wrong. Moons. Those had all burnt up. Those burnt immediately because they were, made out of twigs.
Yeah.
Stuff that catches fire very quickly. And so the only thing that's sort of left is the actual like hard wood of the walls. Some of the cushions in the middle of the room didn't get any fire on them. You find this metal box that's about 2 feet long, 1 foot deep, and about a foot tall. And it looks almost like a... In our world, it would be like a toolbox almost. It has a sort of a handle on top, and it's all made out of metal that seems to have been pounded into a shape. But it is locked.
Well, I don't really want to just straight up steal and take this. Teller like leaves, like has brushed the box off and then like leaves it, walks out. Is like Mortel or someone who we know knocking around, like Kelly is like the leader of the village who we spoke
Doesn't
to.
seem like anybody's out and about yet. It is early. It is like it's about
We get 4 hours, right?
it's about
right.
probably like 6 a.m. You guys slept for about 4 hours. The ogres that are awake seem to be like puttering around the kitchen. Maybe you could go knock on the door of someone who seems up, but
I think Della like I shouldn't do this. Walks out the house, sees that no one's awake, and is like, well, I tried, and then walks back inside the house and then is gonna try and like maybe not lock pick because I don't really have anything with that, but is the elder's body still out? Like did we bury them the night before?
Their body is by the fire in the central square on this like stone table, not table, but it's almost like this like stone effigy in the middle of that square, in the middle of that square where that big fire was. They do against one side there is this large table that seems to exist sort of as half podium when like the leader of the village needs to speak. And her body is laid to rest. Is fully wrapped in white cloth now. She's like almost fully mummified. Not technically mummified, but like wrapped in a way where there's no exposed flesh.
Yeah.
And she's just laid there to prepare for some kind of burial rite.
I think Taylor's gonna check like a bedside table and like some like drawers to see if there is a key to this lock.
Yeah, roll another investigation check for me.
15, that one.
You find there is sort of a bedside. It's not really a table, but there is sort of a like stump there, and you kind of rifle through. It is charred and black, and you rifle through some of the stuff on top. It doesn't seem like there is a key anywhere.
All right. And close it out, and then tell us like, I'll just fucking ask someone when they're all outside, and then we'll go back to the house.
As you walk in,
There it is.
Ben kind of like rubs his eyes and he sort of sits up and he's like, "Where did you go?"
I just went for a wander.
Ah,
Yeah. How are you doing?
I feel great.
Love that.
Like, I don't know. I feel like my energy is radiating a bit more than usual. You know, like Solinari. I don't know. There's a connection.
Yes. Well, we've matched in some way. When everyone went to bed, I just wrote a few more stories.
There are some stories.
I know with our recent, Lord Soth happened and the things that we had yesterday. I just needed to that kind of haze when you're like slightly inebriated and then you're like, I have to get just write a bunch of things or get a lot of creative stuff down. I need to go run for a bit. You know that feeling. I just had that, but with writing.
I get the same thing where I just sort of like need to carve something or
Yeah.
make something, But wow. I don't know. Everything feels a bit lighter, having slept for once. It's kind of wild to believe that just not even a day ago we were wading through the sewers underneath Dargard Cape, and
Yes.
so much has happened, and there's so many things in front of us, but I don't really know what we're supposed to do now.
The life of an adventurer.
But in so many ways, there's so many lives on the line, right?
Yes.
And
Not all of them are our responsibility. We can pick where we go and we can save who we can, but in terms of the war effort, that is...
but that's what I mean. Is like, we've got to try and save as many lives as we can, and I don't know. I just for the last, I guess, hour or so, I've just sort of been lying here thinking about what is that next step. How do we save the most lives?
I don't know.
Like, do we go back to Calamon? Do we try and fight them off there?
Well, Cal had a few things that they had mentioned, that they had some ideas drunkenly last night. Oh, hello!
At this part, I'm like squatting over like a little water basin or something. Pants are on this time. Shirt slung over my shoulder.
You're just like taking
and
the
there's like a toothbrush like in my cheek while I'm like kind of like hugging the basin. I'm like, huh?
At this point, while you guys are having this moment, you see Becklin back in the doorway. She kind of arrives, peeks her head in, and over her shoulder, carrying between her and Melius, there is a large deer that they seem to have hunted this morning.
Wow.
And that they are carrying in. Oh, you're awake.
Hello.
Oh, yes. We woke quite early. We went to bed. Seems like there was some kind of commotion. The elder's house where they took Calgaro, you're alive.
Yeah.
I saw the house on fire and I was a bit worried.
No, we were pulled out. We're good.
Wonderful.
The elder didn't. She didn't make it, but
Oh my.
We paid our respects.
What happened? What happened yesterday? We were tied up, and then you came back, and they untied us. We never spoke after that. You were so... I assumed you were so tired, but...
Our ploy of saying, oh, we are part of Lord Soth's army so they wouldn't kill us,
Yes.
it turns out that these people aren't quite the fan of Lord Soth, and
Oh my.
we admitted in the mountain we are actually not part of them, and they tied you all up because they were like, we are going to use them as bait and kill them because we hate Lord Soth too, and then when we admitted it, they were like, oh, and then they released you.
Yeah, they were kind
that
of just
makes
like,
sense.
we really don't want our people being shipped off to a war that we don't believe in, so we're just going to kill these messengers. That was kind of their idea.
Yes. Well, good. Good. I'm happy it all worked out. After we were untied, I simply was so tired after escaping and walking through that tunnel all night. I just seemed to pass out, but we went out and hunted something. We thought we'd cook this up and perhaps provide them with a meal as thanks for the evening's lodgings and whatnot.
That's nice. That's a good idea.
After that, we are returning to Calamon. I'm not sure what your plans are, but...
You have just walked in on the most wonderful time because we are literally discussing what our next steps are right now. We're just waiting for Harvest to wake up.
You look over and Harvest is fully like eyes open, like watching the conversation, like it's like can't sleep because there's full conversations happening in front, so like is not trying anymore. But like, I'm just gonna say because I got a natural 20 that like fully stealthily just like was watching the conversation without anybody noticing.
Ben looks over, he was like, ah!
Well, do you mind if we perhaps have this conversation by the fire so that we can...
Yes, let's get some food in us and let's have a conversation over breakfast.
and so you guys
Lovely.
head over, you get up, Harvest gets dressed and joins you a little bit after, and you make your way over to that central plaza.
Is there coffee?
You know what? There isn't right now. You would have to get it from one of the locals.
There's brew.
I think since Harvest has to get changed first, I think Teller will go out of their way to pick up coffee from
Great,
someone.
you stop by like Mortel's.
Yeah, and I'm like, can we
He's
grab
like-
some coffee? Because
Oh, good, you're awake.
hello.
Play quieter, please.
Hello.
Thank you.
I
lost last night.
You lost.
Yeah,
You did a game.
Well, apparently I made it to Kelly's house after I'd had my fill of brew. Woke her up in pain. She was still recovering and then passed out at her house. So I'm probably gonna get yelled at later today. But for now, I'm good morning. What do you need?
Actually, as it happens, coffee would be outstanding. I'll pay you
I've
for
got
it.
some on. No. God, no.
God bless you.
I've got plenty.
Part 2, I wanted to go and clean up the elder's house, and I found a locked chest, and I was wondering if it had anything inside that she would like, because I know that
A
the
chest, like a...
just like a locked, like iron, was it? What was the material?
It's just metal.
Just
You're
metal- just metal chest.
You didn't really do like a metallurgical kind of...
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And, since
don't know.
she's getting cremated today, I was wondering if there was any personal items or effects that she would want, doesn't care about, go to the village, etc.
Yeah, it's mostly a go to the village thing when we die here, but I'll crack that open. I'll take a look at it. Thank you. I'll
Perfect.
tell Kelly's dad about it. The mayor. I always do that. Here,
Your dad, Sue.
you guys over by the fire?
Yeah.
I'll bring some
come have
coffee
some
over.
food.
Yeah, I'll finish brewing the coffee. I'll bring it over.
Yes, Captain.
And so he kind of goes back into his house and leaves you to go back to the group. And as you get back, Becklin has already got on like one of these wooden tables. She's dragged her knife through the center of this large deer, like 7 points. Not the biggest possible, but it's a large
7 pounds?
points. That's how on the antlers. So, doesn't matter.
The bigger they are, the more points they have.
Yeah, it's a season thing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so she has already begun to kind of skin and prepare this venison to be cooked, and she's saying, "Oh, Tellius, and Harvest, I guess the question on my mind is, what are your plans now? Are you going to return with us to Calamon?"
You had something that you drunkenly said that we have options yesterday. Do you know what options they are for our next moves?
Yeah. Well, I also said it's sober, the one we escaped from the fire.
True, but
Were you
I,
drunk
the,
then?
I, the player, can remember that.
Yeah, we to regale, Calamon will be under siege and will be helping my father defend.
Your father's back in Calamon.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I thought he had left after the meeting
yes,
with...
you didn't know that because...
I didn't know about any of this. That's right. Yes, of course.
Yes.
And
I don't know who your father is. Never mind. I was like, she was at the meeting in Calamon. She was not. She was already
She
kidnapped
was
at that point. She's like, your father?
Erevan Moonfire, one of the High Council of Sylvanesti.
Oh my.
He's in Calamon. I received words from what I would assume is a reliable source that it will be under siege and he is defending it or attempting to. So we have a chance to potentially save the people of Calamon, but the city will fall, is what I was told.
You
course
mean
it will.
fall regardless of anything we do?
All we can do is have numbers saved.
And this is what your god told you?
Your god?
So to recap a little bit as well too, for yourself, Elda pulled me aside from the group actually. I was moon touched, it turns out so was she, by Lunatari, and we went to a different plane worlds. I don't know, it almost feels like it was a dream at this point. And I met Lunatari, and she told me that there were 3 choices. And one was Calamon, to help my father. One was Qualinesti, to help my old mentor. And the last is Sylvanesti, my Mel, is trying to repair the dragon orb. And bring back Sylvanesti, which...
I'm so sorry. I'm not quite sure what a dragon orb is, but I'm assuming it's powerful.
Frankly, I don't know too much about it either, other than
That's
that
what
was
saved-
the main thing that...
It saved... Killed the red dragon in Sylvanesti, correct?
Yeah.
Wasn't it a blue dragon?
Oh!
No, blue eyes, white dragon.
It was blue.
No, it was a red dragon.
It was a
but
red
that-
dragon.
Yeah, yeah. Which is why the red banners are now being
It
led
was
by
the red dragon.
The red
mysterious
dragon,
Balefian.
Okay.
So,
The blue dragons are defending it.
No.
No?
They're the green dragon.
They
There's
hold
there's an adult, at very least a very large green dragon that is sitting on top of Sylvanesti at the moment, atop
Very
of the
Oh,
main
right.
city.
Balefion was a blue dragon.
Balefion was a blue
Originally.
dragon
Right, that's
before
what
the
I'm getting.
cataclysm that died.
The confusion.
And so the name is being circulated again because whoever is leading the red banners now is named Balefion,
Wonderful.
but is a high priest that you've
It's
heard
the
of.
blue banners that haven't been seen, right?
The blue, the black, and the white banners have not yet been seen in this war.
blue, black, and white.
The
But we've
red,
seen red and we've seen...
the green seem to be holding the Sundered Lands of Sylvanesti,
Yeah.
looking for something, and the red are currently attacking Calamon.
And so if the green are there, which means Mel would have to pass without a trace, you could say, and
Ha ha ha.
do something about this orb. I don't even know how... I was under the impression the orb was destroyed in the entire protection of Sylvanesti, and now that... To hear that the entire...
What is going on? You said that your mentor in Qualinesti.
Ivan, yes.
So I guess my question is, if all of these things are related to the Dragon Queen, to Takisis,
They are.
what does the squabbles between the Sylvanestian elves and the Qualinestian elves have to do with Takisis?
Lunatar didn't tell me that, did she? I have no idea.
She just said that he was trying to get the Sylvanestian elves away from what the water bridges were doing to them.
Oh, he was trying to free them, essentially.
And your father told you this in Sylvanesti, was that he's trying.
And that's why
they're
we
trying
can't
to
trust the Qualinesti. Okay.
They basically went to Qualinesti for help and have ended up in an arrangement they're not happy with, and they're trying to escape it.
Almost held against their will.
And so Becklin's just like, yes, but I guess it seems... I don't believe that she would just bring that up if it was not related to this somehow, yes?
It must be. I mean, what... if the Sylvanesti are now being kept against their will, what do they have? I'm shit out of luck on that one, to be honest.
Well, it seems like you have 3 different options in 3 different directions. Melius and I will return to Calamon. I have some business there, and if they are under siege, we must ensure that what is left of the Dragonlance there is not captured by Takesis.
Shit. That, and you can save as many people as you can.
I mean, Calamon has a rather large port. It seems like we'd be able to escape by water.
Again.
Again.
To go where, though, I'm not quite sure. The last we heard, was it Nordmar to the east had fallen, so I believe we would have to go west towards the capital, perhaps. Song's a little too intense for me right now. There we go.
Very nice.
I can convince them, I'm sure, to take the ships west, but I'm not sure.
I think the fact that Lord Soth wants that Dragonlance is pretty important.
Lord Soth wants the Dragonlance.
Yeah. Well, Melius?
Oh, that's why he was... Yes, of course.
That's what he was being interrogated about, and so I am inclined to try and prevent it from falling into his hands.
Mortel's showed up at this point. He's pouring out
Mortel.
coffee. And,
wait.
Mortel's
Yeah,
the
I
ogre.
was right. Okay.
Mortel is pouring out coffee,
Yeah.
and Melis kind of takes a cup and takes a sip, and he's sitting there kind of, he's in the conversation.
Thank fucking God.
Melis he's participating and listening, but he's not like, he hasn't really answered yet, and he just kind of chimes in now, and he's like, yeah, I told them everything I know. No one's ever used magic on me before, and
Pyvin.
I wish I could have held back, but I'm sorry.
It's nobody's fault. These magics, a lot of enchantment magics were made because people can't resist them. That's the curse of that.
There's a dragon in Sylvanesti at the moment. Is that correct?
Green dragon.
Green dragon.
Yes.
Well, if we have to fight a dragon, having a Dragonlance wouldn't be the end of the world.
I'm with Harvest. I truly believe we only have two options, and it is take a short walk to Calamon and try to get the Dragonlance out, because then that could cause the Horde's armies to leave if the reason for them being there just doesn't exist anymore. And then we have a Dragonlance.
So
I'm not sure what the Dragonlance matters. It's not usable. It's a rusted, decayed.
But he wanted it.
I just don't know why. It's not.
Well,
He's not a trophy hunter, is he? Sorry.
I think it's enough information that he wants it and that we need to prevent him from achieving his goals. If we can't use the lance, then so be it, but at least then
But she
neither
said there's
can
no way
Soth.
to save Calamon, right?
No.
At least not
Just
in
the
the
people.
not in the hurry that we were in, but she told me no.
What about Solinari? Why don't you go ask them?
Solinari hasn't spoken to me in a long time now.
Fucking great.
Not since that keep on the road.
I will also say that if we go to Calamon, then Soth will probably be there. He is no longer bound to the keep, and we will probably run into him again.
Which
Great.
likely would be our death, if I last recall facing
Or we
him.
can go to Sylvanesti and fight a green dragon, and that'll almost surely be our death.
Well, if I know anything about Mel, and if she's there with us, at least we'll have a powerful ally.
Sure, I just don't think we're getting... Look, none of us are particularly sneaky. And so getting past a dragon and an army seems like a challenge.
What are the reasons to not go to Calamon? Are there any?
Well, Bannon can't go, so...
I can't step foot in the city, but
But if the city is
You can't
going
set
to
foot in the
fall
city.
regardless,
we
made a promise to a general in the army of Takesis. You know, Martin, the druid who...
Yes, the druid from Cudgels.
Yeah, he fucking sucks.
We parlayed. We had no confrontation.
course.
He arrived on a dragon,
dragon.
and promised
Oh,
and made
Dragonelle.
Bannon promise
Dragonelle.
that He would no longer... His family would be safe if we did not set foot back in Calamon.
Until when?
There's no end to it. He didn't say. It's just as long as they don't go, then they won't be harmed.
And he's guaranteeing that we won't leave you at our side either, which means he's guaranteeing the 4 of us don't enter Calamon, which means it'll surely fall.
I have a suggestion.
I like your suggestions.
Why don't we do a 4th option? Why don't we get your family out? Unguarded, the army is marching on Calamon. If we get them, then us reapproaching Calamon doesn't care. It doesn't matter at all.
Where are they?
Yeah, can you remind me the name of this place?
He said that they would be taken to Malgoth.
Malgoth.
But Malgoth is currently under the hold of the Solamnic army.
Martin said that they were going to Malgoth.
Which means we'd be pushing past guards at the very least, if not an army.
I mean, the reality is, hearing all of the options in front of us, and I hear them, I mean, I don't really understand what's happening in Qualineste. The politics of elves are kind of a bit over my ears.
Elves are kind of assholes, so...
And I understand that there's an importance to this dragon orb that we need to restore. But the way I see it, there's only one group of these banners that is currently on the warpath, and I think it's our duty to try and do something about that before we start going across the continent somewhere else.
I suppose my question is, when did she say the siege would begin?
She didn't.
We could have already started.
It's just that if it's an attack, it's one thing, but if it's a siege, it could be months.
It's true.
They could stand outside the walls until...
My impression is maybe even right now, because she said your father is defending.
I understand that we want to go to save as many lives in Calamon as we could.
Can we even get in?
My worry is
If the army's
Martin
there
is a magic user of some sort, and we've already seen the power that simply setting foot inside of a threshold can have on this. What if you not stepping foot inside is not a promise, but has actual magic binding that, and the reason Calamon falls is because you step foot inside of it? I want to cut the idea off at the head.
There's also the reality that Calamon could already be under siege, which means nobody would be able to escape anyway. There's also...
That's not true. There's
if there might
teleportation, there's the boats to the north.
But we also can't take everyone out, because if we do, then there's nobody to defend the city, and then the army just marches through to the next target. Somebody needs to defend the city to at least keep them busy, which means that we have to shift our focus and try and cut the head off this beast.
Well, the good news is if the target is more inland,
Lefion more than anything.
The closer they have to march towards the capital, the easier it will be for the crown to respond. So somewhere like Malgoth might be an easier target for us to move forces into to defend it. Calamon is at the very edge of Solamnic control, and so from the crown's perspective, I'm not quite sure the Emperor is going to be willing to move our forces that far out of position to protect the center of the kingdom.
Remind me what Lunatari said about... Is it Takisus can't get the crown?
The crown?
I think he said something about a crown. No, he didn't.
No.
Okay. Something was triggering the back of my brain.
I know the Green Dragon is sitting on the crown of Sylvanesti.
That's what it was.
Which is the crown of Sylvanesti is the name of a building.
Got it.
That was.
I knew there was a crown.
it was like the governmental building. That the mages of high sorcery held.
Gotcha.
Daddy's
playground.
Yeah, it's a building that happens to sit on a convergence of ley lines and is considered one of the most deeply magical parts of the forest.
Beautiful. Okay. Got it. So yeah, ignore
other
that.
things. Sorry.
No, I said ignore that. That's it. I just heard crown and I got triggered.
Sylvanesti, how far is that travel? A few months? Calamon is a few weeks at most.
I just depends on where we can leave this mountain range from, but yes.
It doesn't sit right for me for us to just abandon the people of Calamon and the people who are in the path of the red banners to go south. It doesn't make any sense.
But we're not. I do agree, but we're not abandoning them. We are finding we are finding a way to save them all.
But do we know that?
If we die in if
Calamon.
we die fighting in Calamon, then none of this gets fixed.
But also, if all three are parts of the same plan, us deterring one of them will distract them from the others.
And we are 4 people. No offense. We are 4 people. We are not.
Malleus is like, oh, I'm not offended.
Well, this is just what I mean. Like, I think our priority needs to be finding a way to deal with the red banners first before we go and start dealing with green banners and blue banners and whatever other banners are out
Or
there.
why don't we deal with the enemy that we know, which is Soth? And who is already closest to
Soth
us?
is connected with the red banners. We know
a
that.
hallway with a swing of his sword. I don't think we're at combatant level yet.
No, even with as strong as we feel now, there's no way.
So we need the emperors on our side.
But
we
we
need-
can
we
at
need
least
the
thwart
backing
his
of an army.
plans if he wants this Dragonlance.
The emperors are on our side, and we do need the Dragonlance, to be fair.
But
They're not against trying to save Calamon. There's only so far us 4 can help. And I do agree. I am interested in doing one of the 2 plans. I am okay with either or our secret third plan, which is going to Melgoth. But
So, to give you, just to like help you guys out here a little bit. Oh no, wait, I don't want that over there. Shit. Eh.
you got it.
Nailed it.
It's such a good job.
Wait, no, I don't want them to be the same. Okay. It's so hard to do this.
Oh, because you're doing it upside
like
down.
upside
and
down.
Because
backwards?
it's upside down and it's like a different size, so I need this one over here. Okay, thank you. And then I need this one. Look at me now. Oh my god.
I mean, no.
Running a computer backwards. Okay. So, you are currently in the what's it called? You're currently in the Northern Dargard Mountains. Right here.
Yeah.
This is Calamon. Becklin kind of draws this out and is like, if there's currently under siege, right? We have no way to get in from this side of Calamon because they will hold the entire wall. 15,000 people is what you saw, yes? Outside of Ogre?
Yes.
We are going to have to find a way to get to the water and get in on the other side, or we're going to have to find a way to teleport in to the teleportation circle under the keep in Calamon. I believe there's if we are going to attempt to get back into the city with 6 of us.
5.
Unless you learn to fly.
I can't go back to Calamon. Not at least if we're going in that way.
Okay. Well then, I'm not quite sure. Even for 5 of us, I think that to sneak us past an army and get into the city will be rather difficult. It can be done, but we would have to climb the walls at the end of it. I think the riverside is the only way to truly get in.
Step foot inside Calamon.
I can carry
There
him.
must be a way. Yes, there must be another way.
I understand where we're coming from, but I don't want to risk it.
I am also not a huge fan of risking it, which is why, although this is closer, it's my least favorite plan.
Well, if I go in there at all, Martin will know, and he'll take it as a break of my word.
If there's a magical way for him to know.
I'm sorry.
Did he give you anything?
He didn't give me anything. He just said if I agree to not step foot inside Calamon, then my father will be all right.
Well, I'm sure they have spies. They have people that can fucking shapeshift.
And
Yeah.
message back to Martin.
He himself can shapeshift.
Yes.
Regardless, unless there is a point or a distinct reason for me to go into that city, I won't put my father's life at risk.
Well, then let's go to Malgoth and get him ourselves. It's one man. Other than hundreds of thousands.
How are they taking him to Melgoth then?
Well,
Is there a force moving towards Melgoth?
Well, they invaded Leggett and they took everybody prisoner.
But Leggett is north of Vogler.
I have a theory that they're traveling through the Feywild to points in the world.
Okay, but if they attacked Leggett would be over here.
And then they
And
brought
so-
them all the way down?
And then they would have come through this way to Vogler and then...
Well, then their army must have split. Or there must be more than just the 15,000 that...
At
attack
least.
Volga.
that we
Unless
saw.
someone is attacking Melgoth and we don't know about them yet.
Which
Another
it happened
army.
with Sylvanesti, so
There are 3 armies that we actually don't know where they are.
Well, I mean, selfishly, if we go
None
to
of you
Melgoth,
can message
then
or sending, I believe it's called.
Can't send.
we're selfishly, if we did go to Melgoth, it might give us more answers, or it might just leave us with more questions.
The problem is we might spend our time going there only to find it hostile.
It's definitely going to be hostile.
Everywhere.
But
we
if
go
we
is
can
going
get
be
to
hostile.
Melgoth, we might be able to get some kind of aggressive ship that could get us downriver to Calamon.
Oh.
We could then take some kind of armored vessel and perhaps have a better chance getting to the...
And then, when people need to escape,
Port.
we have a vessel. One extra vessel
Yes.
upon the fleet that Calamon has.
If the fleet is still not in shambles.
We also need more information on the, forgive the proverb, but the heads of this dragon.
Don't have it.
You know, we know that there's Balefion, we know that there's Lord Soth, we know that they're both working together, but we don't even know who this Balefion really is, and we don't even know what Lord Soth wants, what his stake is. I mean, he's been free now, so what next for him? Ben is kind of like looks at Harvest a few times during saying that, sort of like awkwardly, like because he knows that she doesn't have the answers, but he's still kind of like reeling over
Yeah.
the realization of she is, and. You know, maybe you're right. I mean, I don't want to come off. I mean, he's one man. I mean, it's a whole village of people there, and I feel responsible for them because they're my people, and I abandoned them, and I don't want to see them hurt. But I also don't want to see the people of Calamon hurt, and I don't know if it's worth it. But also, if we save them, then I can enter the city and I can do whatever I can to try to defend it, at least.
And it removes the sword that's dangling over your head. Because Martin Rootbill could just bring that up at any point while you're there.
And anywhere else that we go.
Yes.
But Calamon is doomed.
But there
Isn't
are
that
people there
right?
that might be worth it, yes?
The city is doomed. The people,
And
not
also,
necessarily.
And we'll
as
never
long
be
as
able to save
Calamon
it.
fights, then the army is at a standstill and is not moving deeper into the country and killing more people. As long as the soldiers there stand and fight for it. I mean, I do think we have to save as many civilians and innocent people, but we also can't just stop the siege.
What about the citizens of Vogler?
What about them?
They're all in Calamon, yes?
Here they are.
The surviving ones are, yes.
There are many I'd like to see again.
Perhaps the best thing then is we should go our separate ways. Maybe you both go back to Calamon with Isbin's body, while the 4 of us
Yes.
carve a path to Melgoth. I also think it's worth mentioning that we should try and see if we can get your friend, Black Robes,
Mill.
to speak with, or no, that woman.
Why?
Wyhan?
Wyhan, thank
with
you.
Wyhan, because
Yes, the apothecary lady.
we need to know why Isbin stole the shield in the first place and bound himself to, what was the name of the ghost friend again?
Oh, Ispin's had the green shield for
Yes, but
decades. I think that the ghost was tied to it while
Yes.
he was in Dargard a year ago, but he had
Yes.
the shield long before that.
Sorry, my mistake. I mean, why did he go to Dargard in the first place? Because they planned to bind her to the shield.
There is a bit of mystery
was a
as to
plan
why
to
Lidara
bring-
was part of that, yeah.
Harvest back.
I was not aware of that.
Harvest. When we confronted Lord Soth, she went to him and she said, "This my part of the bargain is done," as if she had planned to lure Harvest back to break the curse, and she was
course.
bound to the shield, which means that Isbin went in there for some reason, and we don't know because he's dead. But we need to speak with him somehow, or have somebody speak with him, because something doesn't add up. It doesn't feel right. If he knew
I
something.
have unfortunate news then. No one will be able to speak with him. That's why they had kept his body. I saw the undead drow elf thing, whatever it was, you cast Speak with Dead on him. They had a conversation. So, unfortunately, that won't be possible.
What do you mean?
It's a spell that can only be cast on a person once, and once it's been used on someone, they're essentially, their spirit is spent.
He's gone. We can't get anything else.
You can't just once somebody has been, I hate to say used, but it seems like the appropriate term in that way. It cannot happen again.
What if we found a way to bring him back?
Some sort of resurrection, I suppose. Yes.
I mean,
We would need some sort of godly intervention for that.
Well, we seem to have that in abundance.
I mean, I can heal people, but I can't bring them back from the dead.
The clerics of old were able to do that, but
And
there
some,
hasn't been a cleric in 350 years.
some of the black robes as well too, but not only very powerful ones.
Yes.
Do you think that power exists in Colonesti? An audible chill through the room.
I mean, I've been searching for it for a long time, if I'm being honest, but
quite honestly, yes, has some people that can bring others back, but it's a short turnover. It's not
But why does it?
weeks that Ispin has been gone.
But why does it matter? It's already happened. They got what they fucking wanted.
You're right, I suppose.
Bringing Ispen back is not worth our distraction. I think we need to put the living first, whatever that means.
Oh, great.
Is there anyone in Kalaman that could get us to Sylvanesti faster than traveling by foot or by boat?
Wyhen, perhaps? My father, perhaps?
Above the table, like your father had teleported in
Yeah.
from Sylvanesti for the conversation, so
Yeah.
there's definitely, there's definitely teleportation circles in the bigger cities.
And I don't even think we need to step foot in Calamon to do that. On top of the mountain, inside of that cave, is what remains of not a teleportation circle, but an opening to another plane, which is how they are able to travel through. Could we not?
Oh, yes.
Could we
of
not
course.
try and find a way into the Feywild, which is where I'm assuming, from experience, which is where I'm assuming that they're opening to, and then opening another portal somewhere else so they can travel very fast without being found. Maybe we could get to Sylvanesti through that. The mountain is right there. It'll take half a day to get up, half a day to 2 days to figure out how to open the portal again.
It's true.
You mean the one that we found up?
Yeah.
Do you think you have the ability to do that?
I think we have two people that know magic fairly well. One is
probably
I'm
suss it
more
out.
well read than I am knowledgeable in magic, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
Well, what about those rings?
Kobolds
that
are
you
able
grabbed
to
off
figure
that
it out.
Kobold? Are they some sort of like
Oh,
planar
yes, that's true.
portal
Kobolds don't exist. I forgot
elemental
that.
thing?
You don't know that
the
they're
baby
called kobolds,
lizards.
but yeah.
No, they're the baby lizards.
The baby lizards.
The thing you
You just
pulled off
coined the
of
term
that-
Right.
kobold, and now it lives on in Dragonlance forever.
No, Cal, I picked up these rings and this bracelet. I don't
Oh!
fucking know.
Right. Take it. Takes out the,
Did you
handle
say-
of the dagger.
She said, Cal, I picked these up. Why are you taking
Does
I
Cal
know, but I can-
identify?
No,
I
I
can
just wanted
figure
to
out. I
look
can
at
figure.
them.
I can
She was
figure out.
talking
You
to
can look at
me,
it.
tell
You
her.
can figure out how to do.
actually like Cal. I found this. Like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. What are you fucking hiding, Colin?
I'm
Now, don't fight.
gonna cast identify as a ritual. So I'm gonna be like, okay, bring that to me.
Sure.
When
in
it's
10
done.
minutes.
In 10 minutes. Yeah. I'm going to cast it on this because I'm going to identify what we have.
Great. Yep.
Right. So we should tell you while he's doing that. There was a cave. There were a bunch
What
of
are you
baby, the rings and the bracelet.
baby
helped.
dragon people.
Oh,
things?
never mind.
You begin to cast the spell, and you immediately, long before the 10 minutes, as you're trying to cast a spell on this hilt, what is immediately apparent to you is that whatever the rusted metal bit that is coming out of it is not a part of it, and it seems to be interfering with the magic of the item in a way where you're not able to get a read on what the actual item is.
I'm just gonna try and like break off the
Dislodge it.
rusted bit.
Great,
I
roll a
got-
strength check for
I
me.
got that. Very fucking
Oh
good.
yeah.
Give that.
We'll walk back. Oh, can
Can
we do
I-
this for a second? I roll strength. I roll a freaking 15.
All right.
17. Sorry.
Explain to me how you're getting this like russet metal that's stuck in the hilt.
There's like a rock
Okay.
near, and like puts because it's very rusted, like is like smacking it with a second rock to like snap it off, or like is fully stabbing it into the rock till it snaps and breaks and
Like chiseling it out.
Yeah.
As you're holding the hilt with one hand and you're smacking the rust part with the other side, you do snap the metal. And this bit wedges free, and in that moment, a blade of necrotic flames shoots out of the hilt through your arm. And you are going to take
Oh no.
9 points of necrotic damage as
Oi!
this blade springs to life, and you are shocked by this pain as it surges through your body.
The fuck was that?
there is a big yell, and then
As you all turn towards Teller, as you've been moving on from the conversation, holding this empty hilt with nothing coming out of it, just staring at it, staring almost directly in front of it through nothing, as if it is the devil. But there's nothing there.
can I see something from it?
You have necrotic flames shooting out about a short sword's length out of it.
The
Hello?
fuck did you do?
Are you all right?
What was that scream?
Why
Can
do
you not see this?
Are you screaming at a
You're
hilt?
holding an empty handle.
I have found something very delicious.
That's
Harvest,
it.
hold
It's-
this.
It's finally happened.
He's finally lost
Lost his shit.
Hold
As
this.
you-
Hold this.
As you let go of it, and you kind of hand it to Harvest in a way where it's not going to be pointed at her.
Yeah.
As you let go of it, the blade simmers off.
Arm's length.
And immediately, you see a necrotic flame shoot
Oh,
out of
fuck.
it.
Drops
And you let it go, you don't see anything. None of you see anything when this happens.
What are you doing?
Hold it.
Ben
Arm's
picks
length
it
away.
up.
Yeah, and you see these black curling, it almost looks like fire made out of smoke, shoots up out of it as in a
Sick.
blade.
That's
You're all pranking me, right? This is all bullshit.
Ben, is there like
Yeah,
woods
don't
or
touch
something
it, it's not
nearby?
for you.
Yeah,
Ben just kind of hits a piece of
it
wood.
passes
with it.
through harmlessly.
Doesn't do anything to the
Doesn't
wood.
do anything.
Passes it to Cal.
It stabbed me and there's no fucking mark on me.
And now I see
That
it.
was
Yeah,
the
you
scream.
see black
Yeah.
necrotic
I
flames.
thought there was a child in the house.
Oh shit.
Kind funny.
When you say that, Ben walks up to you
Is-
and just sort of lays a hand on you and lays on hands 9 points.
God bless you.
So this is just like this is just always. He's looking for a switch. I'm like, can I
Nope, nothing. It just seems to be when your hand is around the hilt, the flames are there for the only visible to the person who's wielding it.
Awesome. Great. Amazing. I won't use it. Do you two want it?
Wait,
You have a big one. You have a sword?
But it doesn't seem to
got an
do
axe.
any damage outside of to you. Which I imagine
it went
organic.
through my arm. Yes, organic.
But because it
matter.
did nothing
Can I
to that.
stab the deer with it?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna try stabbing the deer with
nothing
it.
happens.
Yeah, no, I think it's broken.
On the nothing happens, but when if we were to get a slab of meat, if we were to put it through it, does it rot at all?
Nope.
No, it's just it doesn't look
It does absolutely nothing.
living. I mean, living
But it-
organic.
But it didn't cause any physical damage. You just hurt
I
you.
disagree.
But I mean, actually to look at it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's hurting these things. You just can't tell.
Maybe it's like that magic we do where you insult people and it actually hurts them.
Maybe
Maybe we
How much pain was it?
significant amount.
Like a 9 out of 45.
Hit me.
Check it.
Declan walks over and is like,
got it.
Oh yeah, here you go. Right, yeah.
You ready?
just on the arm, yes. And you watch as the necrotic flames shoot through her arm. She feels nothing. Nah, interesting. Nah. Is it working?
Fuck.
Yep. You take 13 points of necrotic damage as it shoots through you, and you feel the pain through your entire body.
Keels over
What
and
the-
is fully on the ground.
What
Stop that.
smoky blade is only beneficial if hurting it's the wielder? Like that makes no sense to me.
Wait, no.
Maybe.
Wait, no. Wait.
Wield it. Stab yourself.
Stab me?
This is
Yes.
Oh, I thought that
weird.
it was going to get to stab one of you.
No, clearly that didn't work.
Who do you want to stab? Who does Harvest want to stab?
You.
Fuck you.
As you like grab him by the shoulder and run the sword through his gut, you feel literally nothing. You see nothing and you feel nothing.
Did you just try to fucking stab me in the...
Yeah, it didn't work on Becklin. I just thought.
So what if it works on, I don't know, magic
Alright,
users
alright.
or something?
Can I see that again?
Yeah, go for it.
Ban goes.
Yeah,
Ah, shit!
that's 6 points of necrotic damage to you.
Okay, so it only hurts
Alright,
the
with the
person touching it.
experiments.
It only hurts. He throws it down. Only hurts the person touching it. It's like for killing yourself or sacrificing yourself or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Get
fine.
rid of it.
What a cursed
Oh, okay.
weapon. Why would anyone...
Yourself. Holds it to Becklin.
Oh yes, of course. She takes it and you see the moment in her eyes where she's like,
Oh shit.
"Oh my god, it's beautiful." And it's a plain silver hilt. Like the hilt doesn't really look like much,
Yeah.
but the flames are gorgeous. And she like presses it into her forearm and immediately takes
So what is it then?
13 points.
Jesus.
Necrotic damage.
It's a party trick.
It's a spy's final way out. It's something that I'm assuming.
Weren't you doing a thing?
I
figure
had to
out?
chuck it here. I'm going to do some proper investigation.
Passes it off to you.
Yes, but it had some rusted metal that I had to break off, and then as soon as the rusted metal broke off, it turned
So
on.
somebody was completely jamming it, didn't want it to be...
They put stuff
That's
in it.
I didn't even think of
It
that.
seems to
put-
make sense if
they
it's dangerous
stopped it.
like this. Then
Because if it only hurts the wielder, why would you carry that around like an idiot?
Aren't there herbs that some sort of spy or thief could ingest to make a
Yes,
less
but if you're
painful
fighting,
end?
You know what? It would actually be really fun if you dropped it and your enemy picked it up and you stabbed them with their own sword.
could be good, and like it could be something to do with that. No, I like it. I think that's no one else is
Thank
laughing except
you.
for Teller and
Yeah.
Harvest. Like, that's
no,
funny.
Becklin's the one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to-
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I've
gonna
killed many people with their own swords.
give me this. Give
beautiful.
give me that. Cal, give me
Stop
this.
stabbing yourself.
Are you gonna identify the sword hilt?
I'm gonna identify the sword, but give me the rings and the bracelet. I'm gonna be back in 20. Goes, sits down. I'm gonna
Okay,
fully
so
cast
we
identify.
found
What?
this cave. We found some grass that looked like it was from the Feywild. It went
Okay.
all like ooh, and I go and I get the grass and I show him, and it like wraps around your fingies.
There were these little tiny dragon people too. They were like lizard
Little
people,
baby
but they were all
lizards, yeah,
babies.
and they were all dead, and it looked like they worshipped Kesis because they had an altar and they had the symbol etched into it and all that jazz. And then
There were two big red
two-
things that came through.
Red things.
Red things.
She's
The
suddenly hung
dragon
out with
things.
the
Those
dwarves.
like
I thought they
dragon.
were like decaying and like
Dragonlance.
They were-
black and
Becklin wasn't there.
nope. I
I don't know. It was dark.
You know what? We were tired. It doesn't
we were
matter.
tired and it was very
Anyways,
dark
They
in
looked
there.
really fucked up. Like they were not supposed to look like the way that they looked. Like they'd been through some shit. And I
Okay.
think that they came through a portal from the Feywild because that grass was there. Because there was like Teller found a evidence of a portal that might have been there.
And these
maybe.
things that came to the portal look like they've been through hell.
Yeah.
So we want
yeah.
to use that thing that maybe caused them to look like that.
Well, we don't
Yeah.
really know
Okay.
what did that, but I think the leading theory now is that they're getting around through the Feywild, through these little portals, and then those bracelets that Taylor took, one of those lizard children was wearing them, and that's
Yeah.
when you found them.
Yeah, I
Taken from
found.
a child?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they're small. They're like
They're
you
small.
know 3
He's
feet.
small. He's not a child.
Well, I'm not that small, and I don't look like a lizard.
Well, the ogre thought you were a kid.
Well, you look like shit.
Well, they
Mortal's
thought
like-
he was our kid.
I didn't even.
Look, okay. So you're saying the entire armies are traveling through the Feywild? That's what we're gathering.
We don't know how else
So
they're
working
getting
theory.
around.
That's wild.
It
No
makes
pun
sense
intended.
if they're
Feywild,
somehow
actually.
getting from Sylvanesti to north
Thank
of
you.
Vogler. It does make more sense than anything else I can think of.
Best theory we've got so far.
The only
Has
other
any
possibility is a
backing.
teleportation spell of a caliber that I've never heard of being possible, even
That's
in
way too large. isn't it?
pre-cataclysm.
Yeah. So, and we're going to use this system that they are currently using, meaning we might also
Well, we
run
might
into them.
Might use it.
Might use it, but
I don't know. Otherwise,
so far,
how
that's
many
the
months
going
is it
plan.
to? How many months is it to
1, 2.
Sylvanesti?
It's a
It
hike.
depends on how you travel. By boat, you can get there quite fast.
How fast is fast?
Weeks. It's pretty quickly. Teleportation's probably your best bet. There are many large cities where you could probably pay for it. Although I don't actually believe there's a teleportation
Yeah.
portal active in Sylvanesti anymore,
little
so...
short on gold, so I don't think that matters.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
But then you'd need a big favor.
Well, we've done a few, so I'm sure other people would be happy to
In
return
Calamon.
the favor. Yeah.
But then we still have to get you to Calamon.
Yes, we do.
Or Maelgoth. There is a school of the Mages of High Sorcery in Maelgoth.
There is a school of mages of high sorcery.
So you would have allies there, I suppose, but I don't know. I
Colleagues,
must
at
return to
least.
Calamon. I have soldiers there who are under my purview that...
That's fair.
Tella walks back.
And
Gosh,
I
for
must
a
see the
moment,
people
I
vote.
thought you were undead because the sack thingy didn't hurt you, and I got really scared for a minute. Oh, God.
Tella walks back and puts both items on the table. Mortel, do you work in commerce, or is it just trade? You and you said you traded coffee with the people to the south.
Yeah, we take some of the
It's just
animals
trade,
we
it's
hunt,
not
we-
actual commerce.
What's the difference?
Commerce is like gold, is what...
No, we don't really deal much in gold here.
Okay.
People try to pay us in gold sometimes, but we don't have much use for it.
Yeah, so why would you? That's why I asked. I was hoping that we could...
Yeah.
No, we've never had much use for it in the valley, and not many of us have left. Elda did once upon a time, but
Shame.
Did you find
Once upon a
anything?
time.
yeah, she went to Sylvanesti to
Could that be what's
get
in
that
the box?
fixed.
The box.
I don't know.
The box?
Can we open the box?
There was a box. Oh, there was a box. I was trying to get rid of some of the debris, find any of Elda's things that would be useful, useful for her, passing on since she's.
Right.
Shit.
But I found a box, a locked box. And
I can take a look at it if you'd like.
no rush. We're just eating over breakfast.
I mean, food's not... cooking a deer takes time. I got a couple minutes.
Okay.
And he kind of stumbles off towards her house.
What were the two items?
So the hilt is basically the way that it works is it is a blade of undead slaying. It is a effective blade against the undead, and only against the undead. It deals 2d8 plus 6 damage on a hit, and it is a +2 to hit. It is not usable at all against anything else except the wielder. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you do
Damage
hit yourself, and you take 2d8 damage flat to yourself.
Okay.
The other item is the hand clasp of spell storing. The way that functions is it can store either a level 6 spell, a level 5 spell, or each of the rings can individually hold a spell level. So you can have 5 level 1s, 4 level... No,
3 level 2s.
No, because you can't do... It only holds a level 6 or a level 5 in the whole thing.
Right.
But
So no more than 6.
no more than 5 individual spell slots. But if you do a level 6 spell as a whole, the bracelet will be able to hold the excess energy.
Okay.
And so you can leave a spell in there to be cast in the future. Or individual spell levels on the rings.
Is it
That is attunement.
totals? As long as it totals 6. Is
long
that
as
the idea?
No. So it has to... If it totals 5, if it's broken up, or a 6 level.
Gotcha.
But you can't have 2 level 3s.
How do you put a spell in it?
You basically have to cast the spell, and so you use a spell slot to put it in
Cast
for a
into
future
it.
day.
Got it.
Yeah.
So if we go bring it to a very powerful person, they can cast into it.
And
also,
importantly,
if we have a quiet day.
the spell level, the casting time of the spell has to be used to put the spell into the bracelet, and also to use the spell on the other side. It doesn't allow you to circumvent casting time, and in fact,
Gotcha.
it doubles the casting time for a spell because it's an action to put it in and an action to cast it.
If it's
an action,
instant, it's instant.
but if it's an hour to cast it, it takes an hour to put the spell into the bracelet, and then an hour to cast it on the other side.
Got it.
I wonder then if somebody put a spell into those rings in the bracelet that allowed them to open a portal and just gave it to the kobold so that it could do it, or sorry, to the lizard thing so that they could do it.
Within your identify spell, you know that this thing is currently empty. There's nothing stored in it.
Because I have a hard time
wants it?
believing that any of those little things could have.
It's you or me, or one of them because they can't cast.
I mean, it's pretty.
we can also give her something powerful or very helpful,
I
depending
could.
what we do.
You could cast into it, and then Harvest would be able to then
Yeah.
use those spells coming. You'd have to teach
Oh,
her the
not
language, but
Yeah.
So I could haste myself.
If I cast
Fuck,
haste,
you
into it,
could.
yeah,
you could
could
essentially
haste.
have a haste charm.
You
on
could
your
have
body.
a haste and a shatter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
The last thing this
we have
party
to
needs is more shatter.
we have to refill though. She uses it and we have to cast.
We
again,
really
right?
should have been like the Shattered
Yeah.
Dusk or something like that.
Shattered
Yeah.
Dusk.
Astral shatter.
Astral shatter.
Shattered.
This just
I
sounds
was,
like the Astral
I was
shitter.
thinking of plugging it with healing.
Yeah, just
Plugging it with
just
healing.
tons of it.
I mean, it's not single use. So
No,
this will be
it's
something that
multi.
like you can prepare it for a variety of different use
I also
cases.
this is kind of meta. I don't know. I don't have a lot of stuff that is bonus action. So if you put bonus action
Yeah.
stuff in that
Just
bracelet,
five healing
Same-
word.
same
Which
casting
healing
time.
word
It
is
would be healing
bonus.
word. Yeah.
yeah. I almost never use like bonus.
I didn't think
actions.
about it in that way,
Economy.
but that is so broke.
Yeah.
I might have broken our game wide open. I
Nah.
gave you an extra level, and now you can
I
fucking
mean,
heal.
healing
We've
word at our
almost
level
died.
is like
It's a couple
It's a
HP.
D,
Yeah.
D8, D4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Baldur's Gate 3, Lae'zel can rally if you give her superiority dice, and rally because if you give something temp HP in Baldur's Gate, they get 1 real health if they're down.
Mm-hmm.
So Lae'zel, as a warrior who can teleport for free, being a fighter, being able to teleport and get people up anywhere on the map, I was like, this is the most helpful fucking bullshit in this
Yeah.
whole
She's,
game.
she's the greatest woman.
Drop
by the way.
9 HP
I had
anywhere
to
on the field.
reject her, and it was like really uncomfy. Yeah, it was not cute.
But yeah, those are the two magic items that you have.
I've been working on a story. It's similar to the stories that I tell that heal when we get up, but it's more on like a grand scale. So I feel like I would like it because I think it's pretty, but I also appreciate that Harvest would probably get the most use out of it.
I don't really care that much.
I'm putting myself out of the running. It's absolutely yours if you want.
All right. Do you want it?
Go for it.
All right.
There might be a situation where I take it at some point, but
Fuck, if I knew how to
Tella
use swords.
is gonna take it.
You do have to attune to it, so it just depends on how much else you're attuned to.
Do I have to attune to it to put spells in it?
No, you have to attune to it to cast it.
Yeah.
If someone else is attuned, it has to be attuned to put spells in. So if you're gonna put spells in, like
Very good.
someone would have to be wearing it, and you would have to like spend time putting it into their hand.
Go on, you can have it. You can have it. I can give you some quick things whilst you're on the
Thanks.
field. And it's also important because a lot of the time you're far away from me. So you can use that.
I'm
So
gonna put that on
you
my
take
left
you
hand.
take that. Do you want this?
Sure.
The hill?
I'm not sure. If we ever come across some undead, could be handy.
Which from
Never
our
came
previous
across them
troubles
at all.
it's common.
Ben kind of like slips it. I don't know. Like I guess he like just kind of like tucks it into his belt for now.
Yeah.
Be careful, like keep.
We'll
the
make
blade-
As
it
long
like
as
a
you're
little-
not holding, as long as your hand is not wrapped around the hilt, the thing is off. So
Okay.
you're able to wield it
Like
now
it
that
like
you know.
Kind of just tucks it into his belt for now. And yeah, he just drops it into like his little like satchel that he's like on his side and just like I'll deal with it later.
Okay. What was I about to say?
Mortel walked off. He went to go get the chest.
Oh, good call. Mortel walks over, and he just kind of like comes and sits down cross-legged with you all, pulls it out and says, I was able to crack it open relatively easily. And he pulls out a pouch
sure.
that does have gold pieces in it. Like you said, take that. We don't need it. And then he pulls out 3 potion bottles that look similar in color to healing potions. Kind of more similar in color to the weird one that you got in Calamon that one time.
The goopy one.
That was a little goopy. And you kind of get the...
She dabbled.
the
alchemist.
there seems to be a difference between like professionally made potions and like local apothecary potions.
Oh, cool.
They do the
Okay,
same thing,
I like
but
that.
they definitely taste better from a professional.
Yeah.
And so there's kind of 3 of those. He's like, I don't really know what these are. You familiar?
Yes, possibly. They look like simple healing ailments. Do you want one? Want a few?
How much can they heal?
Not,
think it-
not limbs.
No, minor.
Sorry,
yeah,
No,
minor
I
scrapes.
just thought
Here.
perhaps Kelly could.
Pierces, scrapes, cuts, things like that.
Would they be helpful to you?
We're getting a lot of
Very.
scraps, yeah, I'd say so.
Well, I think we've survived this long without that kind of thing, so take them. And he passes them over to you. 3 healing potions, just regular. And then there's letters. It's filled with sort of parchment and different sort of correspondence. You see addresses from as far away as Sylvanesti and Qualinesti. And as you peruse through them, most of them are rejections of different kinds. She seems to have mailed off and attempted to connect with the mages of high sorcery and different organizations around for help with her the stone. And it seems that the majority of the responses were denials. Some fixes that would probably never work from people who never saw the problem and just well, maybe try this, that kind of stuff. And it seems some of them seem decades old and some are as recent as you can tell, and it just seems like this woman had been sort of obsessed with this her whole life and had never really received any help from anyone.
Cal briefly sees 2 or 3 from Sylvanesti and rejection, and he's just pricks. And he just chucks them back in the box. He disagrees firmly with their uninclusion of every other possible thing in this planet.
So, and it's sort of there's mementos of her life, and there's a drawing that Mortel kind of points out. It's that was her husband.
Oh.
Yes. He passed away years ago now, but he was a good man.
I can imagine. It seems like all of you are.
Those of us who aren't leave, I guess. There's fighting to be done, and it riles the blood.
I cast a real cheeky detect magic over the personal items.
There's nothing magical about any of it. Some of the letters have the arcanic decay of there was a spell cast on the letter, perhaps either to get it here or that kind of thing.
Nothing,
but
really.
there's nothing that remains magical in the box.
Well, we don't have much use for them. Most of it seems sentimentality. And so you can keep them for the village, or you can
keep them with her, depending if you're burying or...
I think we will burn these. I don't want to bury her with her rejections. But the photo of her husband, we will bury.
We'll keep with her, yeah.
So, back to the matter at hand. Where should we go?
Are you going to the Feywild, truly?
I would like to. I think that's our best course.
And what happens if we can't?
And also how? And also
we're a day later.
Why is it our best course? What's for us in Sylvanesti outside this dragon orb?
The dragon orb. That's it. And if we get there, then we can find out how they travel. We can if we're smart and incredibly lucky, maybe we can close ways to travel from inside of there.
Can I?
We might be able to find out points on the
dragon orb is what killed the first attacking dragon, right?
Yeah, but it had been tampered with so that it also destroyed the rest of Sylvanesti.
Yeah, so imagine if we get it back somehow intact and Mel's not off her rocket, the power that it could bring and to defend anybody else.
And there's another dragon right there. Sylvanesti could be the graveyard of 2 huge dragons.
If it can
and
be
Lunatari,
fixed.
Lunatari said not only could it be fixed, and that was Mel's conquest, but it would bring back my home. And I'm not trying to make this a selfish conquest, but then the people of Sylvanesti can finally leave Qualinesti. They could rebuild, they could strengthen again, and if we have the orb, we have a weapon.
It doesn't seem like you can be selfish in this, Cal. It seems you have someone in every direction.
I don't know what to do.
Can I roll to see if, how much of my dream I remember, and the circle that was in the forest, if there were any similarities to the circle that was a bit destroyed in that mountain cave?
Such a good
That's
call.
Great
Roll
callback.
an arcane check for me.
An arcana?
Sure, that's another way to say that. I've been thinking about Arcane Season 2 a lot, you guys. I'm excited.
Fucking
Oh,
Christ. Okay.
I love that show.
You're not audibly set. You're not audible about any of these thoughts, right?
This is in my brain.
It's in your mind.
I'm going to think
I
of.
know, just like, oh, I wonder if, and it's like, bardic inspiration.
No, I know. I was thinking the same thing. 10.
You didn't get close enough to examine it, but some of the shape of it is you saw. You think that perhaps you could, you saw enough of the circle to know that maybe if there's something out of place in the mountain that you'd be able to maybe not say how to do it, but maybe you could see what's wrong. Perhaps you're not sure, but with a 10, you have a mind's eye of what you saw in your dream that you're decently sure of. Whether or not you could like turn that into making an actual portal, you're not sure, right?
Mm.
I stand by my original thought, which is, it feels really wrong to me to go south when the war is in the north.
But you can't go to the north. We can't get into Calamon. And we're not going to run away. We're going to find another angle in.
And is the war truly only in the north when
The war started in the south.
The war is everywhere.
it feels that way?
So
I think that going to Melgoth and then...
Becklin is like, sorry, not to interrupt, but food's ready.
Oh,
Oh.
thank
She's
you.
been carving and cooking
Amazing.
and like seasoning.
Harvest like loads up Cal's plate for him.
I'll do push-ups after too.
I.
The plate actually is too heavy. I'm like, oh god.
That's your
Honestly,
bicep curl.
The smell of it is a bit much for you.
'Cause I'm,
without-
like, still
the
feeling
brew
sick.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
got you a little bit.
I'm just
You're
like,
like, you've got to get it down, but there's a part of your brain that's
See, I
like,
didn't
don't
know.
consume.
You know when like you've gone to all you can eat sushi and like those last couple maki rolls are just too much in your mouth and like you're like I might throw up.
I swear that sushi's been mentioned way
no,
too much the last
I
few
just-
days.
I eat-
We don't eat
I eat-
sushi.
No, I don't eat fish.
I make sure they lose money, so like I get very full.
There's an all-you-can-eat Japanese barbecue place near here that we tried yesterday for the first time.
should all
And it
go.
is
Where are we going?
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
So fucking
we
good.
should. We
Shit.
should all go.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's happening after we film on Sunday?
Maybe, yeah, I do that.
Honestly, yeah, we could do dinner. That'd be
All
fun.
right. What's the plan?
All right, but you want to go? Okay, there are two options. I know that we've just went back. Sylvanesti, which try the Fey portal, go to Sylvanesti. If the Fey portal doesn't work, then I say
has
that
to be
is off the
Calamon.
table.
Yeah.
Then we've lost one day because it's only up the mountain
Yeah.
and it was a mere a couple of hours.
Alternatively, we go to Morgoth. I don't want to fucking
my god.
Male goth.
Melgoth.
No, I've done in my head the same thing so many times.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't name any of this shit.
I don't
This
wanna-
is from Kryn.
I don't want to.
Thanks, writers.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Writers.
I don't want to touch Calamon. I just think it's just I think it's just bad news. We are going to have to try to get through an army. When we're there, we're gonna find out the hard way whether that is a magic spell saying that you can't go in, or you're gonna step foot and your father will die, Bannon, because Martin will find out. Or we go to Malgoth and we figure that out.
Above table, Pyvin's skill set. What do I know he can do? I know he can do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, incredible wizard.
Yeah, so he could.
He's not a sorcerer like you. He,
Nope.
is a very trained magician.
Yeah.
But you're not quite sure. You haven't spoken to him since the fall of Sylvanesti.
He's
and
also
given the way
as far away, right?
He's Qualinesti.
Yeah, but it's like
The-
as far, just
yeah.
on the other side.
decline that you've seen in your father's magical ability because of the recovery that's still ongoing because of
Right. One
the-
can only assume that it's affecting.
You're
him
not.
As well, too.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
He might be all of his former glory. He might not. But your father also said that things were starting to come back for him as well. So you're
Maybe,
not. You just don't know.
possibly. Okay. Back in game. Sorry.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know how my mentor's doing.
So.
I agree. I think that we try and take this portal. Here's the thing: we have to open the portal somehow first, and even then, if we open it, then we can decide where to go. If we think that going to Malgoth is more beneficial, but
We don't even know if your father is in Malgoth yet. Maybe they haven't reached there. Maybe they're using the Feywild to travel, and we find him on the way.
And the final curveball, which I hate to. I'm thinking it, so I have to say it because I have no filter. Martin's full of shit.
Of course.
And none of this is true.
Maybe Soth is full of shit. Maybe
at
the
least-
world is made of pudding. What nothing fucking matters here.
The birds are spies for the government.
But at least
Birds aren't real.
But at least if we go to Maelgoth, like Becklin said, they might have a strong ship that can get us into Calamon,
Yep.
and like we
That's
can
true.
then teleport from there because your father can teleport,
He can.
and so
But then that plan includes us stepping foot inside of Calamon.
well, I mean, no, we could just get your dad
carry
out.
him.
We can
Put
get
him on his
word to
knees.
yeah, Erevin can leave.
He could get it on the boat with us and just
It's
like
just-
teleport the
My,
boat, right?
I don't think so.
Damn.
I have thought
I don't know how
about the
magic
fact
works.
that Martin might be, completely full of shit, but the wording of it is why I think that it is real, and the wording of it is why I think it's some form of magic on it. Specifically asking you, do not step foot inside of Calamon is so. That's not a bargain.
Do you think there's anything as powerful at warding that if he does cross a threshold that it could level a city?
No, but it could open a siege to happen.
That's true.
If-
As if it's.
if
But
there's
the threat was that his parents would be killed, right?
So maybe
That's
there's a
also
signal that can be
So
sent.
all it
and there's-
needs to be is a ward that tells them that
that he crossed the threshold.
it turns on arcanic light somewhere, and
Yeah.
then they just
and
kill
they're,
them.
they're as good as dead.
Yes.
I don't know that kind of
that's-
ward exists, but it seems like it doesn't
I
need to be as simple as the city.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It doesn't sound like he threatened that the city would be destroyed if you showed up. It seems like the city's going to be destroyed either way.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Is there anyone in Calamon that must be saved? I am going to go
Ho.
there with Melius. Is there anyone?
Yes, actually, I have a whole family of people that
Oh.
I demand survives,
Yes,
but they
yeah.
are courtesans and they will find a way out. Their life has been.
Oh, I'm not worried
scrapped.
about them.
Lunatari,
They're fine.
Lunatari mentioned Ho as a champion,
Yeah.
right? The one that healed. Yeah, I doubled down on Ho.
What?
So Lunatari
The
spoke
coffee maker?
specifically of her name, saying there were
And Timothy.
yeah,
Oh, they need it.
saying there were other champions of
You
the
said
gods.
that there has not been a cleric here in 300 years. That is incorrect. There is one in Ho. She turns out to be incredibly powerful cleric
she
now.
can heal quite strongly.
Oh my! I missed that. Sorry, what? She.
The night of the Vogler attack, she unlocked a deep faith within her soul and was able to channel Lunatari. Solinari. Fuck, there's too many gods.
That one's
Oh, I
mine.
do agree with that. I quite liked it when they were not fucking with our shit.
I think it was far better when they stayed in their fucking lane and left us alone. But here we are,
Ben
fighting
just-
their battles.
I mean,
Shoots a side eye towards.
selfishly, it's not that bad.
I fucking know, right? God damn it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean-
I was fine before and I'm fine
I
now.
mean, Solinari has done plenty to keep all of us alive so far. So.
As you're saying this, you see the pages on your book start to flip by themselves.
Throws the books aside.
It comes
Quiet, you.
crawling back over and looks at you.
Like the monster book. Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
wow, wow, wow.
I see your point, and if the portals are right there, Ben just gestures to the mountain, then you're right. It makes little sense for us to travel so far away when we could try now and see what happens and then readjust if we can't get the damn things open.
We also don't have a clear way out of this valley.
It doesn't involve going back into the undead.
I can get you out of the valley. That's not hard. We trade with
Guy.
people. Yeah.
Fucking love this dude.
Depends on the direction you want to go,
Fucking love
but
this guy. He's great.
if we take you south, we can take you to the. What the fuck are those things called?
Yeah, I mean, south is further from Calamon anyways, so...
The Claytar Midland.
The clitter what?
The Clitter Midland. It's spelled Qlettaar. How the fuck did you?
Kitar. I don't know.
QU?
No, QL.
What?
It's fantasy shit.
What?
Clit.
It's
Writers,
the
fuck
clitter
you.
Yeah, thanks, writers.
If we go around the mountain where the portal is, I can take you to the Clitter Midland. Maelgoth is the opposite direction around that large mountain there. It's a bit of a hike to get over there, and then north to Calamon. If you don't want to go through Dargard, you got to go around the mountain that way. But
I don't think, for what it's worth, I don't think going to Sylvanesti on foot is an option.
No.
That's going
I
to take
don't
us
either.
almost the year to get
All right,
there.
I know we've been talking about this for a while, but since Lord Soth is freed, is there a reason perhaps to look at the keep and see if we can't find any answers there?
Jesus.
Oh shit, because he's not there. He fucked off.
Well, we don't know that. We know he can fuck off.
As if he wouldn't after how many years
Yeah, but
trapped
that
there?
doesn't mean there's people and his ghosts aren't still there.
They're just wailing idiots. They just ring alarm
None of the
bells.
ghosts actually hurt us.
Yeah, it's just the guards that were there that were...
I don't know, it came to me and...
Can you imagine going back there after all that?
And also,
No, not a
we'd
bad
have-
idea. I'm
We'd have
just
to
like,
go back around the mountain through the front way because the entrance.
we caved it in.
Well, we
you
know
could
the...
go the other way around the mountain and get to Calamon without going through Dargard.
No, we're
Without going through the forest.
No,
at
we're
all.
talking about
talking about going to
into
Dargard
Dargard.
because Soth
No,
is
I'm saying that if you
free.
there's many ways around Dargard. You don't
Yeah.
have to go through the forest.
Right, gotcha.
I mean- I think the best bet is we give it a day to try and get that portal open. And then if we can't do that, then I would like to go to Maelgoth.
I would like that. I think that's a good compromise.
Alright.
Because, the Qualinesti are too far, but also fuck them, is what you were thinking?
I haven't mentioned the Quillanesti at all.
I mean,
No?
what,
So why wouldn't we also consider that?
Well, how does it help against the fight against the banners? What's going on in Quillanesti that's urgent?
There's the Sylvanesti are there, lots of powerful elves, lots of information.
It's not an option. It's not an option.
Okay. What's that about? What?
It's not an option.
Okay. Great. I mean,
But-
it's far.
We've spoken of this of too long. We have our plan. We stick to it.
Cal is actually going like this with the potions because it reminds him of brew, and he's trying to keep it down. He's like,
You did.
I don't know if I want.
Right. Eat breakfast. Have a small rest. Wait for the food to settle, and then we can leave.
I'll walk you back up the mountain, so that if the portal fails, I can lead you to the exit. They'll
Thank you.
be best for you to
gentlemen.
get to Malagoth. Well then, I suppose, Melius, when you're ready, I finished my breakfast, and unfortunately I don't have time to tarry. I will head for Calamon.
When you get in,
Yeah.
make sure you find someone who can send me a message.
Yes, you said there was a Y-hand. The apothecary lady's a magician of some kind.
Yeah.
She can send for sure.
Yes, I will find her. And Ho, where might I find her?
Probably rebuilding the
Temple of Solari.
churches.
Oh, in
In
the,
the old ruins.
against the wall there.
Yeah. She took a crew together and started cleaning and rebuilding.
It's such a shame to rebuild, only for it all to be lost.
If it's lost.
Well,
Well, your god seemed rather sure of that, but
Nah, it's just a god.
yeah.
They
One,
ma-
the
they
god
made
wasn't
mis-
counting the faith and the hope that it brings people. That won't be lost.
One final order of business. What do we do with Espen's body?
I was going to ask you, Becklin, if we can't bring him back.
Melius is just like,
We already have a funeral.
I'll keep carrying him.
Well, if we can't bring
Why?
him back, we already have a funeral pyre today. Let's do it for real this time.
I suppose yes.
It's us two. Who's to say that next time he's going to get most of his old party back?
Yes, yes. Cudgel will be rather upset, but when is she not?
I mean, honestly, I think what he would, in the way that he would rather go, is that you do carry him to Calamon, you put him in a catapult, and you fling him right at Lord Soth,
I think he would love that.
which is always an option.
The Bannon's just chuckling.
What do you think? Should we bury him here, or should we fling him out of a catapult?
I like the
Fuck, I
second
just feel
option.
like he would like it so much. He would be looking down on us and appreciative that we used his body as a weapon.
Melius is just kind of looking at it like, all right, yeah, I'll get him back for you. Thank you, Teller. It's been good to see you.
It's always such an honor, my friend.
Thank you for getting me back.
Thank you for keeping me company in jail.
It was only a day. So nice to meet you all again. Hopefully next time it's slightly more pleasant than this was. And we don't have to climb out of a tunnel and all of the shit that we crawled through to get here.
Literally.
Agreed.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. And Mortel, please tell your Chief 10 of my gratitude for all this. Of course. And they pick up their bags and they start heading off towards the mountain range that you crawled out of the morning before.
I think whilst watching them, Teller stares for like so long, and if there is someone who like sidles up next to them, he's like, I think that's the last time me and Becklin are going to see each other.
Why?
Wartime. She's going back to a siege. We are going to fight things for gods far grander than us. I don't know.
You might both make it out on the other side. Who knows?
Probably.
First, have to climb that damn thing again.
All right, Astral Dusk. Come on, look alive. Let's climb a mountain. Let's go to the Feywild.
Mortel leads you guys to the house where you can pick up your stuff, and he says, I'm just going to go say goodbye to Kelly and then apologize to her for waking her up this morning, and we'll head out. He goes off for a minute. You guys are alone for the first time today. Is there any last things you want to talk about before you head to the portal?
Just Ben looks at Cal again, just like, you really do look like shit.
I
You have
just
a rough
cleaned
night.
myself up this morning. What are you talking about?
toothbrush
I brushed
can
my
only do so
hair.
much.
I brushed my teeth.
How much was in that gold pouch?
46 pieces of gold.
I don't know. When someone drinks too much the night before, it just lingers on them for the whole day.
All
You
right.
feeling all right in there?
No, just lethargic, I guess. Now I feel worse.
I
I thought I was looking.
Mortel kind of sneaks his head around. You're good to go?
Ben
Master.
Boromir's his shield over his shoulder.
And you have what it turns out to be kind of a nice walk. You know the path already. It's all new to Cal, but as you head out, it's probably now like 10:30, 11. Most of the ogres kind of make their way to the exit of town and see you off. There's hands that are shaken. Kelly is actually standing, and she's there. She has this large like cloak that covers her body, so you can't see. But as you're leaving, she thanks you and meets you all for the first time. This shows her gratitude. And Mortel kind of like hefts his big axe over his shoulder again and clasps his soon-to-be father-in-law, Predator style. And you guys walk off.
Dylan.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. You make your way up the mountain easily. You know, there's no real rush, but there's also not a great reason to stop. You know the way, you know where you're going. And when you make it to the cave front, the first thing you notice as you enter it is the smell of decay that you had previously smelled has just gotten worse. The rot of the bodies of the kobolds and the dragons mixing together hits you long before you can see any of them. You pass the first one in the hall there, and you pass down the tunnel through where the two doors are the portals are on either side that lead to the small storage rooms. And then the ladders that lead up to the upper floors that you had somewhat explored the last time you were here, with some not great investigation checks, which seems to be a thing for this party. And then you make your way to the stone tablet, and you look down upon the bones of the circle of bones that were there, that Harvest kicked a little bit to make them less usable before you had left. What would you like to do?
Ben just sort of gets a fire going, acknowledges that he's useless here, and sort of sits back and starts taking his stuff off.
Bannon, in the dark, makes a fire so that he can see.
Well, yeah, I have a torch. Like, I had a
Yeah.
torch as well.
Yeah.
And Ben just kind of looks at the casters, just like, do your thing.
Harvest is just standing like where the altar is, like kind of looking down at where the circle is and just like staring at it, like seeing if there's anything that like clicks and
Roll a history check for me.
Oh.
Now, there is There is a story about this. And blah, 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 bardic inspiration. Before, just as you roll, I just want to say, bardic inspiration.
Okay,
So you get a
14.
D8 extra, and if you fail the roll, you still
19.
keep it.
You
Is
look,
that a pass?
you look down at these bones, and you are fairly confident in the like kind of larger shape, not the intricacies of it, but
For
like
sure.
the general side of it, and where some of these like clear like claw grooves have dragged away some of it when the dragon stepped through the portal. You are able to reconstruct the outer circle and the bigger, the more important interconnecting lines that crisscross through the center of this thing, creating a pattern. It doesn't feel complete when you're done, but with that roll, you are able to assemble it close enough to the memory that you have from your dream the night before.
I think it's supposed to look something like this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, both of you can give me Arcana checks if you'd like.
Yeah.
To
Bandit's
see if you can finish it.
sitting by the fire, waving the ghost sword through the air now, just like messing with it.
Using the smoke to cut smoke.
Well, we're like, you and I are kind of pacing the circle and like away from the other two for a second, and we're like Arcana checking. I'm like, thanks for the cleanup, by the way, last night. That was a little embarrassing, and I just kind of glad it was you, but also like, shit. Anyway.
It was fine. There's truly nothing to thank for. We've all had that.
As I'm like metal detectoring
I
and
like-
feeling around for Arcana.
I like your addition.
Oh,
It looks good.
it's kind of cool, right?
Brilliant.
Shit.
22.
Magical balance, magical
Great. It's a check. It's not a attacker. I mean, even with imbalance, it'd be a 16, but you got way better.
True.
You are fairly convinced that Harvest got close. And you think that with your balance of magics, you think that you're able to move these bones into the place they should be. And you do, and you move them. And there's something about the arcana of the room that shifts when you get to that sweet spot.
Oh.
As these interconnecting lines
Yeah, like we all
heats
get
up.
chills.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't know what the next step is.
I don't know the words.
You don't know what powers it. It's not powerful on its own. And with a 22, you're not like quite able to suss out what the ritual of this is.
Okay. I'm not sure on the second part of this. Normally, with these things, explaining to the non-casters, there are words, there are, energies that are sent in. I don't know if it's just a spell that we need to cast, or if it is words that power this
does it
portal.
power
But you
the-
did very well. It's basically this.
Would I have ever seen my father doing anything of the sort?
You've seen teleportation,
Yeah.
but your father's not a planar traveler.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your father's a rather talented teleportation
Yeah.
magician.
Or just like professors, magic users,
Yeah.
schools, nothing.
No.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
The elves of Sylvanesti sort of they're culturally very
Rigid.
well, and also just dismissive of their Fey past.
Yeah. So why would they want to go to the Feywild?
Yeah,
Okay.
The baby lizard, the kobold,
yeah,
that had the 5 rings.
yeah.
Do they have anything else on them? Like a scroll with some script on it? Or is there some, like, almost like a library where they're keeping, like, scrolls and
You
writings?
can go back up that ladder to where they were, and you can check around. But
Yeah,
you had already investigated. You didn't. The ring seemed to be all that you found here. You
I was the only one that understood.
when you did first come in here, and still somewhat, there's still some remains there. There was a kobold's body on the stone tablet above that had been bisected and sort of ritually killed, separate from the dragon attack.
Oh my god.
It's blood magic. I think it's blood magic.
It's what?
Blood magic. Almost using the life force of something to power magic.
I use blood magic and I don't know what this is.
I wonder.
You do use blood magic, but you're not like an expert in all forms, right?
Do you mean when you say blood magic, does the thing have to just bleed or be killed?
Oh, that's what we're going to find out. Grabs the kobold and like tosses it to the side. I've already been hurt quite a lot today. I'm gonna take a dagger and I'm just gonna jam it into.
That's already
jams
in.
it into his arm. And then like holds it out, and then Teller is going to now. If there is like, you know how in music there's like, I don't know any technical terms, but things that are used in everything, like chords essentially. Are there chords for magic that Teller could like chant to try and like, wake up the magic in this room as this is happening?
Like a 4-chord song. It suits everything.
You're not a musician, and that's not really your field. You know that the power is in your words and in
I mean like the equivalent for magic.
but the equivalent for you is pushing your magic through the will of your words, right? It's more about speaking with the conviction of your magic and tapping into the weave through like sheer belief is where your magic comes from. And so if I don't think that music would do much for you here. And I think that you know that. I think that you know your connection to the weave and what you have to do. And you watch. The one thing you notice the first thing you notice is you peel this kobold carcass away. The stone underneath has no blood on it. It is clean rock. And as you drop blood onto it, it rather than soaking into the stone as you would expect, it like sits on top like a perfect bead of liquid that then is pulled towards the edge of the stone, over the edge, and down towards the bones below. And you feel as your blood starts to splatter out of your arm onto the stone, grouping up into larger clumps of blood that are then shot almost like a water gun over the edge onto the bones below. You also take like...
Yeah, give me some damage.
3 points of damage.
Sure. There was once an old lord of pure darkness named Soth, and this is the story of how he died. And using that is trying to channel the magic as the 4 chords. As he is bleeding over.
You begin to tell the story, and you watch as your blood begins to drift its way around the edges of these bones, and a little bit licks up and like touches the bone right in the middle of these femurs, and I don't know the name of any other bone in the human body.
Fibia.
Sure, all of them.
Scapula.
Nothing
Tailbone.
As some of your bone
Phalanges.
Jumps up out of the moat at the edge, it almost seems to like hop and create these dots along the bones and create sort of this pattern around all of the bones. And at the point where you realize that you have to stop, you're bleeding a little bit too much.
Yeah, getting to my head.
You see that the circle has this blood pattern that is starting to collect on sections of it, but it has not fully completed around the entire circle.
You hear a tear, and as you're like getting dizzy, you feel a bandage start wrapping around your arm, and Cal's there beside you, just like stopping you. Do I notice all that it's
very visible?
It's like
not
done yet.
But Bannon has lit a fire that is large enough that you can see like
it's very
not
obvious.
finished.
It's like
it's
loading 80% done.
Yeah.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and moves you aside if you let him, and then he just fully repeats.
Oh, Jesus.
And helps finish the job. Not
you
enough
take
blood.
3 points of damage.
Great.
It continues to fill. Your blood the same. It
Great.
bounces. Your blood, interestingly, sizzles a little when it hits the rock.
Ooh.
And your blood is a different shade of red than you would expect. As
More meteorite.
your blood
like
it looks closer to the dark amber red of the moon.
Creepy. Cool.
That has now started to change your body in certain ways.
Yeah.
But it goes down and connects with the circle and seems to continue this pattern as the loading bar continues to fill with blood.
Right.
Mortel at this point comes over and sees what you're doing, and he goes, "Oh, stop that!" And he grabs you by the shoulder. He's like, "I've got more blood than you do."
Oh my
And he opens a vein. He takes 4 points of damage.
Damn.
Cal's like bandaging
And
his
he
arm up.
starts to like massage the blood out of his arm, so it kind of like
Damn.
squirts in large chunks.
Huge.
All right.
And the bar immediately starts to fill in a much larger pattern.
Fucking show off. And he pulls this bandage.
And as the blood gets all the way around, it starts to go on the inner lines as well. And Mortel laughs and is like, you would have never had enough. Especially you, child.
By this point, Dan, having heard the commotion and seen the progress that they're making, has come over and has now applied healing to these two.
Buddy.
Lay on hands. How much was it for each of you?
3.
I am like pretty beat up. I have 29
He
out of
stabbed
45.
himself with the sword twice.
So you take 3 for lay
Great.
on hands.
I did
and you how much damage have you taken?
Too much.
16.
16. You're gonna get a fucking cure wounds.
As you are healing them, Mortel finishes the circle. And the edges of it light up in sort of this dark red light. It kind of looks like you've entered Amsterdam. And that red light is like a spotlight.
There's just so many
straight up.
sexy people.
You get 5. Roll the 1.
Thank you.
The red light is a spotlight straight up. And as the magic finishes and creates this arcanic circle, the scope of that light tilts slowly
Take an
down the
additional
wall
5 from
towards the
down here.
wall in front of you. And as this circle of light hits the wall, it starts to almost spin, and this blackness enters it. And it spins around and around and around. And all of a sudden, the wall seems to like crumble in as you are looking into a cave
Whoa.
that looks very different from the cave you're standing in. The color of the walls is a darker gray, but it is lit by these floating lights that seem to almost be like bouncing in the air on wings that you cannot see. And the cave extends into the darkness with fewer and fewer lights the farther in that you look. And that's all you can see at the moment.
Ben lays on hands Mortel.
Yeah.
Thank you for offering your blood like that. Let me help you.
Oh, no, I'm fine,
And
fine.
Ben just sort of like puts his hand on it and heals the wound.
It has been a true pleasure to know you, Astral Dusk.
Absolute honor.
Thank you for fighting alongside me and saving my bride. Perhaps next time you see me, I'll be married.
I'm gutted to miss the wedding, but
Well, you might have time.
hopefully.
It's great to meet you.
Right, yeah.
I'm glad they were there to help.
Kevin? Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I didn't want to correct him because he gave blood.
He bids you adieu. What would you like to do?
Ben grabs his torch, lights it in the fire again. Can't believe you did it, but you did.
Can't believe you've done this.
Of course we did. Look at us. Can't be beaten.
Should we go then?
Let's do it.
Into the unknown, I guess.
I can't. I don't think I can leave.
Don't think you can leave here? Hey!
The keep might be my only way to get answers.
We can go. We can. Would you like us to go back? We know the solution now. We can also go and to Sylvanesti and then come back to the keep.
I feel like the keep might stay intact, considering it's not the main focus of attack.
There might be answers in here. You're from here. This is how you got here originally, we think, hope.
I don't even know that much. I don't know how many times this portal's gonna work. I don't even know if we get to the other side and that we can like open this. I don't even know if we could do this again. I don't.
That's all right. Hey, it's okay. We figured this out. We'll figure the next steps out.
I will have to come back here at some point, and whether or not you guys come with me, that is up to you. But that's something that I have to do if we leave now.
If you think for a second that if I am able-bodied. I am not coming back here with you. You're out of your mind. You know nothing about me, which, granted, we've only known each other for a few weeks. But it's ridiculous.
It's absolutely insane.
I'd tell you to try and stop me, but you physically could, so I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, don't fucking challenge
Yeah,
me.
no, but I
I don't know where else. I don't know where else to find answers, and I think it would be selfish to stay here right now, but I have to come back at some point. All right?
I mean, I don't have much time to the south. Everything's here, and I think the answers you're seeking are tied to the answers I'm seeking. So I'll be coming with you too.
All right.
But if we get stranded in Sylvanesti, I swear I'll never forgive you, magic
you're
types.
not gonna get stranded. So. Plus, it's not so bad. It was beautiful once.
And I'm not the only one with a father on the line, so...
We all have something on the line.
Although I kind of hope that your father ends up on the line.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking.
Wow, I'm
just
completely thrown off guard. You are gone.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. I'm sorry. Maybe
You did the polar opposite, little one. Let's go. Let's go.
Ben just
I kind of actually shove you. I'm like, let's go for it. And
Ben
then,
trips and falls through the hole.
and he just looks at Harvest, like knowingly that we're gonna stick together. And there you go.
Come on.
Cal goes in front of you guys. He's in face first. I'm going in after Ben.
Ben is just falling because
Yeah.
it's actually a drop.
No,
It's like 7 feet down.
Yeah,
you step onto hard ground, and you realize that the top of the portal is closing as the light of this red light is not in like it's not super dangerous, but it is the light is diminishing as the blood seems to be used up, and so the portal is slowly closing. And as you turn around, you're able to give a final wave to Mortel, who bows his head, heaves his axe over his shoulder, turns around, and starts walking back out.
Is now brave the long dark of Moria.
As you
he said the Feywild.
You're at the end of a tunnel, and behind you is a stone wall. In front of you, it seems to be that these lights, you look at them and they look like sprigs of a plant that seem to bounce in the air of their own volition. And you see along the ground there is this patch of grass, this grasping grass that seems to be reaching up for them. And it seems you've come to the end of a cave where these things are collected. And so you continue on and you head towards the exit of this tunnel you're in. And as you're going, the tunnel opens up into a wider cave system. And you hear the rustling of something in this cave before you. You're not quite sure what it is. And as you make it to the mouth of the tunnel that you're in that opens up into this larger cave system, you see in front of you eggs.
shit.
Some larger than Bannon that have been cracked and opened.
Double shit.
And you see two of them that look bronzed
Oh, God, this is where the dragons came from.
in the same way that the bronze dragon things that you fought in that cave behind you, where you have just left their corpses behind. And that's where we're gonna stop
Yeah,
for today.
yeah.
Cal's just like, well, that's
Woo!
cool. He's what's that?
Don't touch that.
What's that?
Cool. Thank you so
Huge.
much for
Yeah.
watching Astral Dust.
Astral Dust.
We're going to be back next week
yes,
with
yes,
another
yes.
pre-record, and the week after as well. We will be back live in July once Anime Expo is over. So
Yeah.
keep checking out the channel. We'll be posting every Saturday, even if we're not here, because the story's getting fun. I didn't expect you to go this way, and so I'm gonna have to make up some bullshit. Oh god,
Wait.
Brian, wait for it. Brian's trying to raise.
You went so
Oh
fast.
my god.
Thank you so
Well
much,
done.
everybody. My name's Nerdy,
Rob Rizzo.
Lee Brian Kling.
Polaris.
Captain Krail.
and as always, do something nerdy tonight. Bye.
Bye.